Hey, welcome everyone. Happy
Hey,
holidays, everybody. Hey,
I
Donna.
missed
Hey,
the
David.
Groovezilla song. We should have played the Groovezilla song.
Yeah.
We decided to go with the
Yeah.
30-second countdown timer, and yeah, I feel sad now.
Yeah, Sultan asks, are you grooving? Yeah, we are. It was just a 2-minute intro, and we just wanted to get started a little bit earlier. So hope everybody had a very happy holiday, and we got the New Year's coming up. I know I've got my extra 5 pounds on easily this year. Just said to Michelle, I've got to start getting better again. She's like, well, it's the holidays, so I'll use that excuse for now. I'll have no excuse after the first.
Next Monday,
Speaking
Mike,
of,
we'll both go back on our diets next Monday.
yeah, and I think I think it's a great segue to talk about New Year's resolutions, right? This is where we were just talking about this in the preview before we got started in the lobby. We were talking about the new meme that's going around the internet, where this week is referred to as Twixmas. I don't know why they came up with that name, but it's a pretty funny name, and it's kind of like the rolling credits of a long movie at the end of the year. Do we really need to sit here and watch these credits? Everybody's just ready, to jump into the new year and get started. And so this is a time to reflect on New Year's resolutions, on what we did in 2022 and what our outlook is for 2023. And that's exactly what we're doing here. We're giving you a preview of the Collective Mastermind. Now, I'm assuming most of you that are here are some of the most engaged that we have, but for any reason, it was the holidays last week. It was very easy to have missed both the webinar or the replay that we did to launch the Collective Mastermind. Now, you can go to thecollectivemastermind.com anytime between now and I think January 4th. I think, is that when it is, Donna? The 3rd. We're ending. We're ending the introductory price for the mastermind on the 3rd. So let me give it to you in a nutshell, because this isn't a webinar. This is a preview, so we can, all the information is out. But essentially, the mastermind is very similar to other $30,000 and $40,000 masterminds, except ours covers 8 separate sections, the mastermind being one. So there's a full mastermind that we're going to be doing every 4 months, possibly every 3 months, depending on the demand, because we have limited space at the GroovePlex studios. Donna, did we announce the official date for that yet?
We do have the dates. I can pull them up. They were on the sales page, though.
Yeah, I saw them there. Yeah. And let me
grab
pull
those.
that up. And I'm just typing in my browser here. Bear with me a second. And where is it, in the FAQ?
Yeah, I've got them here. On the thank you page is what I'm looking at. So March 18th and 19th, with a fun day on the 20th. Do you want me to give you the link so you can share it or to show it, or?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, you can drop it in the Skype.
Yeah.
So folks, that's going to be a mastermind that we're doing like we said, every 4 months. And one of the people that we have coming in for you today at 2:00 is an example of what we're going to be, the types of experts that we're going to be bringing to you. So we gave you some hints as to who it is that you'll be able to build, grow, and scale your business in 2023 and leave your competitors on the mat. And that's because that is Matt Stafford from Build, Grow, Scale is going to be joining us at 2 p.m. That's in about 25 minutes. We wanted to first have a half hour to spend and talk with you about these different things. So let me share my screen and just walk down this section here. So let's see, share screen. And all right. And let's get this into, what do they call this mode now? Stage manager. It'll hide my icons. Okay, we'll make this a little bigger. All right. So as we said, you can go to collectivemastermind.net. There's a video replay that explains everything in detail. But essentially, the introductory price on January 4th, we're going to $25,000 for everything I'm about to explain. But right now, you could get into the mastermind at $15,000. There's a 3-part payment plan of 3 payments of $15,000 that you can choose at checkout. And down in the FAQ here, you'll also see that if you want to get financing for it, we're working with a company that could get you a line of credit up to $20,000, $30,000, $50,000. You can use it for whatever you want. You could use it to redo your kitchen. It's a company that we work with that'll help you get financing. But of course, we don't recommend going into debt for for anything that you can't afford. But if you're looking for financing and you just want to get financing, maybe you want to pay $5,000 on your Amex and put the other $10,000 on financing, just click this button here where you see, do you offer credit for the collective?
And the mastermind dates are on there, Mike. It's in the second FAQ.
Right here. All right. So now, Donna, do you know, are we doing Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday fun day, or Saturday, Sunday, and a Monday fun day?
Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Okay, cool. Maybe in the future, since these aren't hard-coded, I think it might be better to do
Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
We can change those. It's not set in stone anywhere
I don't
yet.
think anybody bought a plane. They don't even know the hotel or anything. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's make it a Friday, Saturday. People can come in on a Thursday night. Friday's a nice work day. Saturday will be this day 2 of the mastermind, and Sunday it'll be easier for us to find things that are enjoyable to do here in South Florida on Sundays.
Perfect.
Okay, so folks, number one, as we just said, for $15,000, one of the important things that comes up in the FAQ that people ask is when the price of the mastermind goes to $25,000, after that, will my re-up rate, if I want to join for the second year, will that be $25,000 or $15,000? If you come in as a charter member of the mastermind, and we're only opening up to the first 25 people or until January 23rd, that's going to be at $15,000, and you're locked in for life. After that, you're going to see there's a lot of costs that are involved in our fulfillment. So there's no way that we're going to be able to do this ongoing for $25,000. This is just for $15,000. This is just our introductory offer. So the way a mastermind works is you can attend virtually, or you can come in person. We recommend you do whatever most convenient for you. You're going to get better networking when you come in person, and you can participate in the fun day, because the fun day will not be streamed. We're going to be doing this mastermind at the GroovePlex. The new GroovePlex studios look absolutely gorgeous. We're going to be live streaming them to the private members as well of the mastermind that live overseas or couldn't happen to make it in person for that particular week. Now, these masterminds are going to have different types of sessions. They're going to be, we're going to have usually 2 to 3 experts that are going to be coming in. One, just like Matthew Stafford, who's going to be joining us, and you're going to see that. Again, this is a preview. We are making this preview education public today, but this is, like we said, it's a taste of what you're going to be getting every single 3 months with the type of people that are in our circle of influence. We're fortunate to, when we go to, to other events, I'm asked to speak at other events. I just spoke at WebinarCon, and I sit in the green room. And in the green room is where you get access to information that doesn't even necessarily happen on stage. It's just a fact. So people are sharing things that are going on in their business. And one of the things that I'm giving you an example of that today is we were talking in Brazil when we were launching Group Brazil, and I asked Matt Stafford to come out there. John Benson was there, Jay Abraham, Glenn Ledwell, Donna, myself, Matt, and John. We were all John couldn't make it. We were all going over things that were working in our business, and one of the things that started coming up was AI and automation. And Matthew Stafford just said, "Hey, we have an entire content team." And we've reduced our workflow by a factor. I don't know. He'll tell us. I think it was something like a factor of 5 that they could they increase their throughput by a factor of 5. And so by doing that, he started sharing with us on a very bumpy bus ride to a helicopter ride in Sao Paulo, in Rio de Janeiro. And so I said to him, "Hey, would you be able to get me some of that information?" And he said, "Yeah, sure." And he basically sent us, some links and a document. And of course, right outside, they start doing construction the second we go live. I hope my microphone is blocking that for you. But it is very, very distracting. Donna,
we
do you
don't
hear
it. We don't
that?
hear
Oh,
it
thank
at all.
goodness.
You sound great.
Literally like jackhammer in my neighbors next door.
You're good.
So what he started going over for us was just completely amazing. He shared those different links. But again, this isn't something that Matt teaches on stage. I had to ask him yesterday, just a few days ago. He was at my house here for Christmas. And I said, he had a couple of drinks in him. And I said, "Hey, can I get you on a live stream to share everything you shared on the bus that day?" And he said, "Yeah, sure. You got it." So I'm going to pick his brain starting in about 20 minutes. And we're going to talk. And so if you don't know much about Matthew Stafford, Build, Grow, Scale is one of the premier companies when it comes to e-commerce and SEO. And I'm talking like they're beyond direct response marketers here in our industry. Matt consults for some of the largest Fortune 500 companies, and his case studies are just absolutely amazing. He's one of the smartest guys that I know when it comes to on-page conversion. He shared something with us, again, that was not meant for the public. So I will ask him, and if he'll, it's another question about what they do after a customer buys. It's a question that they ask. And I'll ask him right on camera. Maybe we'll start with that one, and we'll see if he'll share that. I'm going to put him on the spot here, because what I really want to stress with you here is that, let me just take a little sip here, is that the people that we're going to be bringing you to these masterminds are not always gurus. Many of them are underground marketers. Like on Friday, I'm going out to lunch with Mark LaChance. Mark owns a company called Maxi Media. They do $100 million per year, and they spend $50 million per year on advertising. And they are the largest advertiser for TikTok in Canada, and they're top 10 advertisers in the world for TikTok. So this person doesn't get up on stage. I'm bringing him out to meet certain people. Everybody I'm introducing to him has never heard of him, because he's just the CEO and owner of a media buying agency. This is the type of guy that knows traffic better than anyone, but he's not out there selling his secrets. But Mark will be somebody that you will see in your mastermind. Perhaps, maybe we'll do a preview with him next week. I'm not sure. But again, that's to let you know the type of people you're going to be learning from at our masterminds, in person or virtually. On top of that, you'll be learning from the Groove team, and you're going to be learning from other members, because we have special sessions that are going to take place about biggest wins that people are having in their businesses, and also the number one thing that you're struggling with in your business. And you're going to have the entire room there to help you with. Excuse me. All right. So next, this is probably the biggest thing. We don't lead with it, but it's the biggest thing. We have Groove Agency, as you know. We've been test piloting it now for a year. We started with high-level people in a mastermind, because they were the type of people that we had to make sure that if it works for them, it could work for anybody. In fact, we have some incredible testimonials and case studies. And Groove Agency, for what we're going to be offering you, is $3,000 a month. And for that $3,000 a month, as you see here, your agency, you'll have your own agency on speed dial. We have UI, UX, graphic designers that are going to build your brand website, build your e-commerce store, build up the 3 funnels for you, set up your membership site, all of your settings and everything for your membership site, your blog, and your entire business. You'll basically have a fractional agency team that's available for you when you need to help you build everything that you need. Now, that sells for $3,000 a month for what we're giving you. which is $36,000 a year. We're going to be including that for free. So you don't have to pay $3,000 a month. You don't have to pay $36,000 a year. You get Groove Agency absolutely free when you join the mastermind for $15,000. On top of that, you're going to get one-on-one group coaching with the coaches here at Groove Digital, and they're going to meet with you twice a week. So we're going to publish some times. You'll get on. You'll be able to ask your question, and you'll go into a queue, and we'll make sure that we answer everybody's questions. Next, you're also going to get coaching with me. Today is a preview day, so after we speak with Matt Stafford, we have two guests that are going to be coming on for about 45 minutes each. They're going to be coming on somewhere around 3 or 3:15. Yeah, that's about right. And we're going to be going over what we call makeovers, or these calls are all going to be done on Mondays. So we're going to be calling them Marketing Makeover Mondays with Mike Filsaime. These are going to be 3 and 4 hour days where I'm going to be, and anybody in this mastermind is going to have access to me to be able to get on, work with our team to get into a queue, and I'll go over your site, one-on-one coaching. Now it's going to be in a group setting. Other people will be able to hear, but the good news is when we're working on other people's businesses, you can log in, tune in, listen, and ask questions even about other people's businesses as well. Next, this one's pretty exciting. This is something that we launched recently called Groove Squad. Anybody can buy this publicly for $497 a month. It allows you to skip the help desk, and you will have a private, like Skype or Slack channel with a lead tier 1 technician. So you'll be able to go in and say, hey, I'm having a problem making my pop-up work on mobile devices or whatever. This person will either point you to an article or show you how to do it or do it for you. That's the type of support that you'll get. We're going to be throwing that in for free. Now, again, I can't guarantee you that all of these things that I'm telling you now are going to be available when we raise the price of the mastermind from $15K to $25K. The mastermind might go to $25K, and then Groove Agency might be an additional $2,000 or $3,000 a month. But right now, all of these things you're getting included. On top of that, you have access to our entire library. You're going to have access to all of the entire libraries of the masterminds that are recorded, all of our courses and our ongoing courses. We're going to be creating additional courses a couple of times per year. And we're also going to be working with members in the Groove community that want to get exposure and want to give their courses only to the mastermind members for free. You'd be surprised how many people have already offered that to us. We will vet the courses, make sure they're good. So if there's a course on social media or how to write good headlines or webinars or whatever it is, we're going to be giving additional access to you in this library. All right. Our goal is so that you don't have to buy programs on the outside. Our goal is to try to get you as many of these programs as we can through our own internal education. And then, as we said, you'll have your own accountability coach that you're going to get to meet with twice a week. That's going to be able to work with you to make sure you're moving through your goals for 2023. So our goal is not just to provide you with education. Our goal is to provide you with learning from the literal smartest people on the planet in your industry, networking with the best people in the industry, coaching with me, and then an avenue to have complete done for you so that you can finally just say, hey, I just want to execute on my education. I just want to build my brand. But we're going to take all the technical part of it out of you and have Groove Agency do everything for you. So, and then finally, I think the last key thing that we didn't discuss last week is traffic. You're going to be learning from people that know how to drive traffic better than anybody. We're going to be bringing in our own agencies. When I say agencies, these are people that we pay for to do our TikTok advertising, our YouTube advertising, our pay-per-click, our retargeting, our omnipresent, our Facebook, Instagram, all of that advertising. We're going to be bringing those agencies, we're going to be bringing people in from their team to do special sessions for you on Google AdWords. We're going to have beginner sessions. So if you're an expert, you don't have to come. And then we're going to have advanced keyword research sessions, how to design ads, what your landing pages should look like. So that way it'll be for both beginners and for experts. And I see Matt Stafford has just jumped in here as well. Matt, welcome aboard. We're going to get you on in just about 5 or 10 minutes. We're just going over our mastermind for our members. So we'll see you in just a few seconds. So that's it, guys. That's the Collective Mastermind. As we said, 3 payments of $5,000. All you need to do is go to collectivemastermind.net. Click on apply today. That will bring you to this page right here where you just fill out this form, and then we'll send you over to get checked out. All right. And if you want more information on it, you can watch this 2 hour and 20-minute presentation that goes over everything. But essentially, we covered for you in a nutshell here, and we're going to get started with Matt Stafford in about 2 minutes. Just a reminder why we're here today. This is not something that we're going to be doing in the future. This is a preview of what you would get if you attended the mastermind coming this March, or you attended virtually by being a mastermind member. So Matthew Stafford, if you can give me a thumbs up if you're ready to come on in, and we'll bring you in. All right, let me bring you on in here. I'll shut my my screen off. We'll remove that. Hey, Matt, how are you, buddy? Good to see you.
Good. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. So where are you staying at right now?
I'm actually in Fort Lauderdale, so thankfully it's warm compared to where it was Sunday, Monday. It was a little chilly.
Yeah, a little warmer here as well.
Yeah.
It's I had the heat on for 3 days here. Are you staying with John Benson?
Yes, I am. Yep. And we didn't have heat either. They had to come in on Wednesday and replace the heat module. So I got to feel the whole 3 days of Florida winter.
Yeah, welcome to Florida, and then you get 40 degrees worth of weather. Well, so Matt, I was telling the users, we started a new mastermind, similar to like Flight Club. The difference between our mastermind and other masterminds that you and I are part of, like whether there'll be things like Flight Club or other masterminds like War Room or Joe Polish or Dan Sullivan, is for the most part, it's a chicken or the egg thing, right? We talk about people that want to go get credit from a bank, and then the bank says, well, I can't give you any credit because you don't have any credit. And then the person says, well, how can I get any credit if you're not going to give me credit? And it creates that loop.
Yeah.
And so we find that pretty much anybody that's in a mastermind is successful, right? Because one of the prerequisites to being in the masterminds that you and I are in is you have to be doing at least 7 figures. So it closes the doors on a lot of people that are really, really intelligent. They could have been the CEO of a Fortune 500 company, but they are making a transition online, and they don't even have a business yet, and they're not allowed into these private club masterminds. So what we're doing with our mastermind is we're combining our mastermind with Groove Agency and coaching, right? So we're offering our mastermind. It's going to run similar to like Flight Club 3 times a year at the Grooveplex. We're going to stream it virtually for people that can't come. And they're going to get coaching from me. And the big thing is they're getting access to Groove Agency. So Groove Agency, if you remember, Matt, when you were at like Flight Club, like a lot of people like Paul Hoffman and Ridgely were getting up and saying, hey, I'm working with Groove Agency. So we're including that for free. That's $3,000 a month of Groove Agency for our team. They're going to be getting when they join this mastermind. It's a $25K mastermind, and the introductory price this week is $25,000. Is $15,000. So they save $10,000 and they get Groove Agency included for free, plus all these other perks. And so we're doing a preview day today, and I told them that I'm going to be inviting, the most legendary people in the industry that they're going to be able to learn from. So we're giving them a preview today with you for the next hour.
Okay.
And so, Matt, I'm going to ask you questions that I would ask you if you were sitting, right across me from the kitchen room table. You may, since this is a public live stream, I want to respect that for you. You of course can say, Mike, That I can't answer. That's that's for my paid clients only. But I'm going to try to get it out of you only. Anyway, all right.
Yeah.
So so before we get started, Matt,
Yeah.
while I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to look up Build, Grow, Scale. This is your company here, right? And
Yep.
that's buildgrowscale.com. Tell everybody about what Build, Grow, Scale is, and a little bit about you. Go on for a good 3 minutes, letting us know, and please brag. I want people to know who you are because you're very humble.
All right. Well, thank you. First off, I'm happy to be here, and I'm sure you'll be able to get most out of me because we are very good friends. And one thing that I want to tell everybody, I don't think I would have ever become friends with someone that has your stature in the industry if I hadn't been a part of Mastermind. So literally that getting into a mastermind where you have access to a couple people that have very large Rolodexes can make all the difference in the world. So first off, I will 100% say the reason why we went from unknown to where we were was 100% like leveraging other people's lists and being very kind and showing up in a way that we provided value first at those events. So Build, Grow, Scale, we basically, it doesn't sound sexy, but we make money, which is sexy, from going through data and analytics on e-commerce websites. And there's nobody in the world that hasn't heard of e-commerce now. It's like booming. It's just going to get much, much bigger. In fact, before COVID, only 10% of sales were done online. During COVID, it went up to 33%. I think it's back down to like 27%. And so it's literally just a microcosm of what's possible, and it's already in the trillions of dollars. So what happened was we owned our own e-commerce stores, and I was really good at Facebook traffic. And anybody on your webinar here that understands Facebook traffic knows that it's a love-hate relationship, and sometimes it's amazing, sometimes it's terrible. And so for me, I started trying to look at it different because everybody was like, oh, this is how you do Facebook ads, this is what you do. And it worked one week, didn't work the next. And I was just looking for more stability. So I learned how to go through the data and analytics on the site, really tag it, do the proper things, and then learn how to read that data to make better decisions and basically optimize the customer journey. It never made sense to me if the average e-commerce store converts at 2% or less, that you would go buy another 100 people to make 2 more sales. I thought we had 98 other people that raised their hand, came to the site, and then they left without buying. How do we get 2 more of them and we double our business? It just seemed like a much easier computation.
What you said, sometimes goes, we tend to look at things just on the basis of conversion, right? We do this and we get a 15% additional increase in conversion, but you looked at it just a little bit different, just almost more pragmatic. You said, we're buying these customers to come to our website. You used the expression, raise their hand. So you targeted a person, you had an ad that made them say, I'm interested in that. They click on it. And you said, why are we celebrating that 98% of the people said they were interested and didn't buy, and only 2 bought? And so you said, rather than just focus on little things to increase conversions, you said, what can we do to literally double our business? And that's going from the industry norm of 2% to 4%, which is monumental. It's monumental.
Because most people are at break even at that 2% or even a little bit of profit. So once you get past that point, all money's not equal. That extra 2% is actually a lot more profitable than the first 2.
Yeah, you reach. It's like the opposite of point of diminishing returns, right? Everything to get the train out of the station is what takes the most amount of energy. Like that train is, just struggling just to move an inch, and then once it gets momentum, it doesn't take as much energy to keep it moving as it does to get it out. Same thing with rockets and leaving orbit. And the same happens with our business. Once you start making more sales, you only have to deal with your cost of goods sold, but you don't have to keep on adding additional employees to do more volume. So that's the interesting thing. So Matt, I had promised them something, that I told them I was going to ask you, and this was the question that blew us all away when we were in Brazil, and hopefully you'll share it with us today. You said this was a question that you asked every single buyer on the thank you page before anything else, before even telling them congratulations. You have a question. Can you tell us about that question, what it is, and what impact you've seen it have on your business and your clients' businesses?
Yeah, and I'll tell you how we came up with it, because when we're looking at the data, it's numbers. And so you have to make some assumptions. You have to you can see user behavior, you have to, how many clicks and how many people went to this and did all that. So we have to guess. And we've got pretty good at guessing what different things mean. But you're never going to guess exact, or you're never going to be able to find the nuances. And what we really wanted to know was from somebody who had just went through the site and made a purchase, which is totally different than someone who went through the site and left. So they decided, hey, we know, like, and trust you enough. We're going to pull out our credit card, give it to you, and trust that you're going to send us that thing. And so what we do on the thank you page is right away it pops up and it asks one question, because if you have too many, they won't answer it. And it says, what was the one thing that almost made you not buy? And what happens when you ask that question, they're happy to share with you what friction or what trouble they had, or maybe even what was going through their mind. And that has literally never, ever proved to not be absolute gold for us. They will point out things that we would never see. The way the brain works is the more you look at your site, the more you look at it, the less you see, because your brain automates it. Kind of like when you, if you have an office that you drive into every day, you don't remember if you stopped at the red light or if it was green and you just drove straight through. Or, I mean, you can eat with a Happy Meal on your lap and talking on the phone and all this other stuff, because what's happened is you've created a pattern. Your brain knows how to do it on autopilot. It's doing that same thing on your website. So there's glaring errors, there's bugs, there's all kinds of things that you can look right at it and not see it, and the person will point it out and you'll be like, oh my goodness, I would have never seen that. And those things, you go back in and you start fixing those friction points or things that were difficult for those buyers. It works. We typically, the people that respond, will send them an email and give them a discount to say thank you. And it literally creates, a good relationship with your customer. So,
quick question on that. You just do that as a gratis, right? You don't incentivize them on the front end and say, right? Because you want a genuine answer. You don't want them to well, let me come up with something so I can get 10%, right? So, I really want to press on that, because we had kind of like this wow aha moment when you said that, because we thought we knew what you were going to say. We thought you were going to say, what was the single biggest, defining factor that made you buy? And it was like, oh, it's because you added Groove Agency. And one of the things that you flipped the tables was, what was it that almost made you not buy? And that's something that I don't even think a customer knows right off the top of their head, but they could easily find within a minute, because they just came from the point where their hand was over that mouse and they were just about to say no. That's the way our brain, there's literally, all right, should I, my credit card's in, yeah, I'll do the pay in full. And many of us at some point just go, you know what? I don't know that I need this right now, or maybe I'll wait another week. And so this is the person that decided to say yes, and they have instant access to that information. And the what almost made them not buy, you gave us some examples because I'd love to get some get out of the meta here and maybe talk about some of the things that you actually learned there. I think that you had said that there was one person that told you that like everything was good, but there was one, I think, one testimonial or something that they just didn't identify with, and so it could be like just somebody that is very off-putting in a testimonial. That
or that there's not enough of them. So they, so many people have been scammed online. Like we find very, very regularly that the testimonials are not placed where people see them. So, and I'll share maybe later on some of the conversion things that we realized. But it could be that they don't trust the site, or the site didn't look trustworthy, or it was really busy, or it was like you said, it could be a certain, oh, I read the testimony on this product and I didn't see that you replied to it, stuff like that. So they tell you it's very real, and it feels very uncensored because of the way that we ask the question. And we got better at it. But the final one that we use is, what was the one thing that made you almost not buy? And by asking that, it will clean up any landing page, any product page, any something on your site that just didn't land with them. And obviously you don't go in and try to address every outlier, but you'll see very quickly that
if you're getting a pattern, right? Like one of the things that we have that we're coming to terms with is, our one-time offer page after you sign up. There's a video, there's this plan, there's this plan if you buy today or buy it tomorrow. Then there's the next plan if you buy today, and if you're to take this time, and read the entire page in a vacuum, we can easily argue and say, well, it all makes sense here, but people are going through, they're being hit with your upsell, and so we're coming to terms with. Because we're getting a lot of feedback that the plans
maybe it's a confusing offer.
But we're not even asking that, and I bet like if we did, right, and what you were saying is you don't chase down everything that somebody said, but if a pattern shows up where people are like, I found the plans to be confusing, and now we're even getting buyers, then this is information that people are saying, wow, they even bought even under all that stress. Maybe we can clean it up, and that's what we're going to be working on.
So we found the buyers are actually a better resource than the people that didn't buy, because the people that didn't buy found the reason why you did, and you don't have access to them. Most of them haven't given you their email. I guess you could do it like your exit intent, but then again, typically I feel, and what we've found is that they spent money with you. They do trust you enough to do that, and so now they want to help you. It's almost like a reciprocity. And so they give you what they really actually struggled with. And when you see the answers, they're not canned responses. Like some people will be super clear. Some people, they're going to tell you what it was. It's never, I would say not never, but very seldom a one-word answer.
Yeah, Matt, I'm going to put this on the screen right here. And let's talk about this for 5 minutes. Let's talk about what this person is saying. I'd like to unpack this. But first, from a conversion standpoint, I never buy based on testimonials. They are all fake. So we don't know this person's name. They're not logged in. So it just says Facebook user. Yep. But if they're a direct response marketer, correct me if I'm wrong here, but the lesson here is don't assume that you feel a certain way, that's how everybody else feels, because it happens to be that testimonials increase conversions drastically, right?
Yep. And I can give you some stats about that because we've done a lot of work around it just because we know that. So Amazon did a study. They know that at 200 testimonials, it takes 50% less traffic to convert for them. So, and then above that, it's like a diminishing return. Below that, like their goal is to get to 200 reviews as quickly as possible. We've done some other testing. The number one review that gets clicked on is 2 stars and less. So there's a very systematic way to do your reviews. We say a lot of people only push their 5-star reviews. People don't believe that. Like, nobody expects you to be perfect. They expect to see that there's going to be issues, and they want to know how you handle them. So we say push all your reviews, especially the ones that are lower, because those are the ones that get clicked on the most. And if you've resolved it, they actually buy more than less. So they click on the worst reviews, and if you've handled it, they actually convert at a higher percentage than the average user.
Yeah. And I think, what you just said about, what the Facebook user saying here, I never buy based on testimonials, they're all fake. When you have only 5-star testimonials, you're encouraging people to feel that way.
Yes.
Because either one of two things is showing up, right? Well, those might be real, but what about all the bad testimonials? So
right. What are they hiding?
What are they hiding? Right.
That's what comes to my mind. Why are they hiding them?
Yeah. And number two, these are fake, right? Just because that's the nature. Now, to the Facebook user that said that, I will say this, that when you get into direct response, you start finding all of these different avenues, people that will buy you fake fans on Twitter. They'll buy you fake followers on, like, there's all these fake follower sites. So once people learn these different things, they get very, very cynical. What I've found, for the most part, and I'll say probably 95%, not 100%, because I've even heard people at Mastermind say, here's how you can get fake followers and different things like that, for different reasons, right? You might want to start your YouTube advertising for a new channel, and they require you to have 4,000 subscribers. So somebody may say, here's a place where you could get 4,000 subscribers real quick, jump to the front of the line. But what I have seen, and this goes back 15 years in my career, is that the people that trust testimonials the least are direct response marketers, because they have seen that there are people at Fiverr that will sell you. Literally, these people make testimonial reviews for free. I think that testimonials that are authentic, and as you just said, Matt, one of the things that I picked up if I was taking notes is that the more the better. Getting over 200 allows them to buy the customer for half the price. So at a certain point, 5 testimonials can be faked. 200 testimonials that look very, very genuine. It's the same
when
thing
when they're 2-star through 5-star.
Yeah. So what I'll say to the Facebook user that said that, don't discount testimonials, but I believe them to be more true than not. But look for certain signs, right? If it's Yelp, right, and the restaurant's been around for 3 years, for 3 months, and there's 6 reviews, and they're all, kind of like, you can just tell, like, somebody's like, Maria on the staff was really nice, and it's kind of like, okay, so you covered the staff, you covered the food taste, you covered the price, and then these 5, okay, that's probably the staff boosting their reviews. But there's no way that you could say that, Phil's Barbecue with 14,000 4.5-star average reviews in San Diego for their barbecue is fake, right? Those, the volume is going to prove that. So really good point there for us to put as many as we can on a page and don't just stop.
Yeah, and the other thing that I will tell you, we've seen make a huge difference in the last probably 2 years is user-generated content. So the user-generated reviews where they leave a video or they take a picture, it's not a professional picture, it's them with their product. It doesn't match the rest of the site. It literally stands out. It's super tacky, but it converts because, again, like the guy that goes, oh yeah, well, the site's all fake. Well, Bertha over here, holding up your product and proud of it, with the laundry in the background or whatever, it's not a posed picture, and they go, oh, okay, now I believe it.
Yeah. And video reviews are going to help better. You get an
100%.
authentic person. It's very easy nowadays to do a webcam review. I'm going to answer this question right here. Adam asked, what if your offer is new and you don't have testimonials yet? Hey, Adam, I get that, right? That's kind of like what we were saying about, you know, how do I get credit if I don't have credit, right? But here's some of the things that I've done in the past. When I launched Butterfly Marketing, I modeled my sales page off of what John Reese did with Traffic Secrets. And I realized that there's two different types of testimonials you can get. You can get the actual customer testimonial, and you can get the celebrity endorsement authority style testimonial. Both are very, very important. And one's based on authority, one's based on proof. All right. And having many testimonials would create social proof. So what I did is I gave my course to the leaders in the industry, but I didn't just give it to them so I could get a free testimonial. I said, hey, I want you to be able to use this. I'll help you with it. I'll set it up. And can I use you as a case study? And then so rather than calling these testimonials, what you want to do is you want to call these case studies. And especially if you're getting some experts in your industry, it's a great way to get joint venture partners, get them to mail for you, to post on Facebook. So the first thing I would do, Adam, is I would tell you to get the product in the hands of professional reviewers or leaders in your industry, help them get results with your product, and then feature those as case studies. And you only need 2 or 3 of them to get started off. All right, so we're going to move on to the next thing. What I really wanted to talk to you about, Matthew, was when we were on the bus and we were heading, I think we were heading to the day that we were doing the tours of all of the churches and stuff in Brazil. We started talking about automation, these new tools out there, Quillbot, obviously with ChatGPT, but before that there was Jasper. There's these places that will write Facebook ads for you. They'll write email copy. They'll write blog copy. They'll write articles, press releases, you name it. It knows the different context of that. We were talking about the script, rapid content, we were calling it. And
Yep.
so you basically stopped the presses and you said, and correct me if I'm not correct me if I'm wrong. I am wrong. I'm going to summarize it and then you can actually correct it. You had said something like, oh, we used to have a bunch of content writers on our team. We've pretty much gotten rid of 80 to 90% of them. And now our throughput is, 3 to 5x. And you started talking a little bit about it. You said, I'll get you the bullets of the resources. Would you be willing to share that with our folks here on the live stream on this preview today?
Yeah, I can tell you how to do it, and then I think you're on that document, so you could download it or copy it and then share it with your audience.
I can. So I have.
Yeah.
I may only share that with the people in the mastermind. But
so I'll tell you, it took us. We had 9 people because we would publish 2 articles a week. And the way that it worked out, each one of these people obviously would be responsible for 1 article a month. And
so let's back up just a little bit before we talk about that they were doing the work they were doing. What is the strategy? And was it to sell a physical product? And you were creating articles for SEO. Let's get up to the top there. And why were you doing this?
Yeah. So no, we weren't creating a product. Basically what we were doing, we're an authority in the e-commerce niche. And so we know that if someone visits our blog 3 times, by the time they hit the 3rd time, like almost everybody converts. So we know that
e-commerce physical product, or is this a strategy that can work for any direct response?
I would say for anything. So we don't sell physical e-commerce products. We sell a service or we sell a membership. And so essentially, yes, we want SEO. And I can even tell you how we go about doing that in there, because they've added a new tool that allows you to know what keywords you want put into the article.
When you say they, who's they? Jasper?
Jasper. Yeah, Jasper.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got an option now where you can add in their SEO tool. It's not actually theirs; it's another third party, and we use it. And then you can also check your article for plagiarism. But so we put those up essentially to create SEO and website traffic to build, grow, scale. So you just go to buildgrowscale.com/blog, and you'll see the articles
Okay,
that we put
beautiful blog. Really, really nice. I love this blog. Very nice. So this is a typical article so troubleshooting your e-commerce store with Google Analytics, a step-by-step guide. So Matt, you said, correct me if I'm wrong, that you had 9 people on the team and your throughput was 2 blog posts a week.
Yep.
So your team was able to, a team of 9 was able to write a blog post every 3 to 4 days, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work because each of them came up with their own idea, did all that stuff. Then they had to get it checked and all this other stuff. So yeah, it was a lot of work. We had one person that managed all 9 of those people, making sure that the articles are right.
And so, so now Jasper comes out. It's artificial intelligence, automation. Everybody's skeptical, right? It's getting better every day, right? Like I think ChatGPT really got into the zeitgeist in December and got everybody to realize, okay, this is something completely different. Because let me just back up just for a second so everybody knows. Jasper is not an AI company. They're a user interface, user experience, and they know how to. You can tweak these UIs to adjust the prompts in certain ways. So there's basically one company out there. There's 2, but there's really one company out there. It's Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and Microsoft have OpenAI, and they have language models, they have image models, they have video models, they have programming modules, and all these different things. And so if you wonder why all of these companies just exploded recently with voice to text, where you could upload a script, even Descript that we talk about, descript.com. All of these new video tools are all using these AI models. So Jasper was, one of the first to do it. Another company called Writer, Copy.ai. All of these companies came out overnight. All they're doing is programming for this AI with an API key, and they tweak it for direct response marketers, and the better they can do it, the better it's going to be. And so when this first came out, I don't think people really understood what AI was behind it, and we were just like, oh, AI is not going to be able to write headlines, but we're using it now in our company. I rewrote my pop-up on my website using ChatGPT last week, and it wrote a much better headline than the one that I came up with. So having said that, now that everybody understands that Jasper.ai and other companies can do this, what is your workflow now? How many articles do you get out per week, and how many people are on the team doing that?
One person, and she's part-time, and yeah, it literally, what she does is she asks Jasper for article titles, and you can ask for 100 of them. And so I actually would say ask for 20 and then give it another prompt and ask for another 20. And then what she does is she'll go through and she'll pull out like the top 10 good ones.
Actually, Matt, let me just do this. I have opened up here ChatGPT. In Safari browser. I created a new account today because all of my previous history shows, and then it's almost like you looking at my Wikipedia searches when I go down rabbit holes about ancient history. So what I'm going to do, give me an example of what you just said. Ask for.
Yeah. So give me 5. Give me 5
ideas.
No. Give me 5 different ways that we can talk about Google Analytics for e-commerce.
Google Analytics for e-commerce. For 5 different ways we can talk about for my blog.
Yeah, you could actually, you can even say, give me 5 blog titles. You can do.
There we go. 5 blog titles.
You can play with it until you figure it out. Jasper is actually really cool because you get just to write in a tone of voice. You could give it 4 or 5 different keywords, etc.
You can do that with ChatGPT, actually.
Yeah.
You can say.
I haven't played with this near as much. I'm just starting to. But then what you would do is you'd pick out the 2 or 3 of there that you like.
So let's
and
say
then
we
you
like
would,
this one, right?
yeah. So
Okay.
now say, give me 10, put that in and say, give me 10 bullet points to talk about this blog title, and put in the 5 essential Google Analytics.
And here are our 10 bullet points. So you went from 9 people to 1 person part-time, and
Yep.
all they have to know is how to come up with the initial spark of the idea to ask the prompts. They basically need to know how to work prompts.
Yeah, and so what I will tell you is, just like anything else, if you ask for a whole lot all at once, sometimes it'll repeat, sometimes it'll get caught in a loop and do that. So the way that we write the article and when you share it with the mastermind people is essentially you're going to get you're going to take 10 blog articles. You're going to pick the 2 or 3 ones that are really good that you liked. You're going to then have it go write 5 bullet points or 10 bullet points, however long you want the article to be. And then you're going to have it write body copy for each bullet. And when you do that, like, you can literally create 3 or 4 blog articles with 5 to 10 bullets with all the body copy for them, and you're going to be done in 2 or 3 hours. And she literally has her blog articles for the month. And so rather than someone, you can actually even like when you do the prompt, you could say, hey, give me the top 5 converting XYZ, and it'll give it to you. Like, Jasper is absolutely amazing at doing research. I think that's what the tool is. People are very undervaluing it for doing research. I'm just now starting to see people say, oh my goodness, like, I can cut my research in time, in a 1/10, because you can ask it to go out and find articles. You can ask it to do all kinds of things with the prompts, and then you just pull the good ones, and then obviously you massage it so that it's in your company's voice, and away you go.
In your company's voice, right? And you could train it for that. And
Yeah.
so look at what we did, folks, right? We started with we needed to get ideas, right? Give me 5 different blog titles that we can talk about Google Analytics. So then it gave us 5 essential Google Analytic reports for e-commerce success. Then we said, we just took that one randomly. We said, let's say that was the one that we liked the most. And then we said, okay, then give us 10 bullet points to talk about this blog title. And it gave us the 10 bullet points. And then what I did is I took the first bullet point, because now we need to expand on it. And I said, now write me the body copy for this one in 3 paragraphs. And then I just pasted number 1, and I said 3 paragraphs, and lo and behold, it gave me 3 paragraphs. So now I would go back and I would follow that for steps for points 2 through 10. And I would now have 30 paragraphs plus another 10 paragraphs in the blog title. I'd have a 40 paragraph blog post that would be set up just using what you did there. And then I could wash, rinse, and repeat that and come up with 5 different blog posts that are 40 paragraphs.
Or you could say, January is the month of Google Analytics. So we're going to break it down 4 different ways each week, and then start your blog that way so that it has congruency from one thing to the other. Or the 6 checkout page hacks we'll discover in 6 weeks. And so once you do that, you start literally creating content that makes them want to come back and read the next one, the next one, the next one.
So let me ask this, right? Everybody is saying things like, AI is about 90% right. I found that to be true. It's wrong about 10% of the time.
Yeah.
And I'll give people an example of why that is. Let's say you were getting a bio of Mike Filsaime. Well, Matt Stafford might interview me, and in that interview, Matt's talking about himself. And then the AI kind of knows that was Matt's voice, especially if it said speaker 1, speaker 2, or whatever the thing is. But if it's raking that information and putting it into its neural network, it may take some of Matt's bio and attach it to mine because it was on that same page that was related to Mike Filsaime. Yeah. So my next question is Matt, is these 2 things. And again, I'm doing it with ChatGPT, but it can be done better with Jasper AI because it's more geared for marketers. But
I would just say it's more user friendly at the moment because
Yeah.
they put in more user interface. That's all. I think ChatGPT is going to catch up really quick, but yeah.
And basically, I think ChatGPT was just they designed their own user interface to show people what it could be done to really get more developers doing what companies like Jasper are doing. So the next thing I want to ask you then, when it comes to this, this person, you had 9 people on the team. Now there's one person working part-time. Do they go in and rewrite any of these or check it for repetition? Like we said that we would go and now do this one because it was a month of analytics and we're going to do these one blog post a week. We might find that it's giving the same exact information over here that we did in the previous one. So how does the human element get involved in editing?
That's where getting really good at the prompt and learning to have ones that they'll end up being your favorites essentially, because you'll try a lot of stuff and you'll find certain ones give you better responses. But yeah, for sure, sometimes on a 10-point, well, 2 or 3 of them might basically say the same thing, just said it a different way. So you literally don't want to just cut and paste this and send it out. There is, I would say there's probably 30 minutes or more to each article. And then we edit it to make sure everything's spelled correctly, et cetera, before we put it out on the blog. But it takes the one person that used to manage it being able to edit an article in 20 to 30 minutes a week, and then one person that writes every article, compared to when they had to manage 9 people and have to remind them to get their article in on time so that it could be ready for when we had to post it and all that other stuff. Yeah, she actually has multiple articles out ahead already in advance, just because you can do it in a block of time really fast.
Yeah, you can just even imagine as a service agency or if you want to go into, if you get really good at this, you can start a service agency and even do
we've had several people ask us to do that, and that's not even what we do, but just by us telling them our process. So if you really wanted to do that, I 100% believe that there's an entire business easily doing this. Between those 2 tools, it's even better now.
So just to put some pins in some of these things, does this person go from A to Z and come up with this idea for the featured image and the blog post image, and the formatting, or is there somebody else on the team now that is the implementer that goes in and gets screenshots that actually dresses this up?
No, one person, because her knowledge of e-commerce is really, really good, and so we let her do that whole thing, the whole process. So she'll basically give the Word doc to the editor. The editor will just make sure everything's good, and if it's got to be tweaked a little bit or whatever, then it's done, and then it's ready to go.
Matt, 9 people full time that it replaced?
Well, they weren't working full time on writing blog articles, but it took 9 people on our staff that had to then write an article. So I would say that they had to dedicate at least 2 to 3 days to it.
And what I'm gathering is when you said that you had to chase some people around.
Oh yeah.
Let's face it, when you chase somebody around and they've got 12 hours to get it in, they're not giving you their best work. They have to check a box. Boss wants the article, and they're not putting in the work that somebody that spent a week doing the research would have done, right?
Yeah.
So you're getting better work. Now, how many articles? Yeah, you were doing 2 a week. Are you still doing 2 a week, and it's just with one part-time person, or do they put out more blog articles now?
It's varied. I think at the moment we're doing 1 a week. But like I said, she's got a backlog, so we could certainly publish 2 a week. At the moment, we just went and redid our entire website, and so I believe starting in January it will go back to the old two a week. So,
and I'm going to ask this question here. The amount of blog articles that you do, talk in terms of consistency for SEO? Does it matter that if you're doing 2 a week and you suddenly go to 5, does Google turn around and say, this is kind of like for a YouTuber that's putting out 1 video a day, and if they skip 3 weeks, that kind of hurts them in the algorithm? Is there anything there, or
yeah,
or
we never miss a week, so we do know consistency is key. So it is published the same day
wow.
every single week. And then when we were doing 2, they were both published on not on the same day, but on a Monday and a Thursday, or a Monday. I don't remember the exact. That wasn't my part to oversee, but yeah, yes, 100%. It's very consistent. That does matter.
Do you deliberately not put a lot of content out there? When I say not a lot of content, make this a content farm where you're putting 3 articles a day out there, because you're also catering to your BGS users and you don't want to overwhelm them? Or is the blog strictly an SEO strategy? Just curious.
I think well, we retarget people that have come to our site and then didn't join the membership or didn't buy a service. We actually retarget them to the blog. So the blog for us is not it's not near as much of a SEO strategy as it is. We want quality content that points out really good ideas or things that maybe they didn't think of, because then by that, if they go, oh, well, you know, that article is that good, what are they sharing on the inside? And so for us, it's way more about quality than quantity.
Okay, so it's not on the spectrum of traffic, you're not looking to get thousands of hits from SEO, and then people get there and they're like, this company is about build, growing, and scaling with it. Like this is a crap article, right? So you want this to be a representation of your company rather than manipulating search engines. So it's still about quality, right?
Yeah, because we know for a fact, like tracking through our data, it's a trend, just like what we're always looking at data, and so we know if they visited the article, if they visited 3 blog articles, the chances of them buying is very, very high.
Have you heard of this site right here that I'm going to show you on my screen, right here? Originality.ai?
I haven't. I know that we check every single article for plagiarism, and it's done inside of Jasper. For the first year, we did it with the service outside of it because we didn't trust the one they had in it. Now the one that they have inside of Jasper works really, really good, and we've never had an issue with it.
So let me show you what this. Let me see if I can get the red. Okay, so this URL here, I'm going to give to Donna in Skype. Let me get rid of the timestamp. All right. So this video right here, very interesting video. So here's what he's saying here. It checks for 2 different things. It checks for AI detection and plagiarism. Let me zoom this in. Yeah. So what he did is he wrote an article in like Writer, in Jasper, all these different things. There's a word something of Word Hero, I think it was called. And so let's just see. He'll take the article, and then he pastes it in. And so this is what he's saying. So just something, Matt, that you might want to just look into. I'm no expert in this, but I know that it's becoming a thing. So it checks for plagiarism, but it also checks for AI detection, because the AI, they're all using the same AI engine from OpenAI, and there's a predictability model that if you have these 5 words, the AI knows what the 6th word will be, and so it's using the AI's engine to determine if it was AI. And so what they're saying now is that Google is going to start using AI checkers for content. And that if they're seeing that stuff are written with AI, they're going to penalize it. That's so. What he does here is he goes through a couple of different ones. So here's Jasper, right? So he he took the stuff from Jasper. He puts it in. I'll just press play. And so Jasper came 1% original, 99% AI. And then he basically is doing all the tools. And then so what he does at the end is he takes them and he puts them into a software called Quillbot. And Quillbot is not an AI tool. It's a rewriting tool, and you tell it like what keywords you want it to keep, but it'll change. You can see here, like it changed the word from from great
and I think
to wonderful. No, yeah.
I think that would certainly be more, and obviously I'll look into this because we want to make sure that we keep our stuff. But I would believe that if you got lazy with the AI and didn't try to break it down and get lots of different prompts and stuff like that and actually check the article, it would be much easier to be like, oh yeah, this is written XYZ. But we're really not saying, hey, write me an article on this, letting it write an article and then spell checking it and putting it up. We found that the quality of the research, because it really is, it's already read the internet. And so 90% of the time, that's what we're doing anyways. We're creating content based off of stats or split tests or whatever. So when you break it down into multiple chunks like that, you have it doesn't read like, hey, I want you to write me an article on 5 ways to use Google Analytics.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I'm curious. It's obviously what you're doing is you're using more as a research tool and baking out content as opposed to just saying, write me an article on this and pasting it in. And like anything, right? Google sees where this is going to be going, and they understand that, hey, this could actually flood content. And the first thing they've done is they've already done it with YouTube videos. They're checking for 2 things: AI and voice automation. They're using software now to tell, even if you and I are having trouble saying, is that AI voice or is that real? They have stuff that's determining whether something's a real voice based on the consistency of the cadence. Just never changes, even though it sounds natural. Just with me adjusting my chair, I might have paused for an extra 1.5 seconds. So they're going to be looking into all of those different things. So I agree with what you said. Don't just use it to write the article. It still needs to be what you would have done as a researcher instead of a team of 9 with a team of 1.
Yeah, and like I said, it should always be quality over quantity, anyways, in my opinion.
So Matt, one of the things that you just said just off the top of your head was something like the six things that increase checkout conversion at checkout. So we'll pivot the conversation here from blog SEO automation and before we do, one of the things that you said was that when you're using this blog article strategy to get a new visitor to your site, they're obviously seeing call to actions on the site to learn about BGS. And when they don't take any action, you retarget them. What is your retargeting strategy from there? Because you were saying you bring them back for more articles.
Yeah, so we have like we have the top 3 or 4 that have been visited, and they tend to do with checkout. Obviously, people want more revenue, and so if in the first 7 days, we'll target them back to checkout hack number 1 or checkout optimization number 1, and which is a whole article or a whole series of articles. There's like 6 articles, and hopefully they'll go through themselves. But if they don't, then day 8 through 14, we'll do them to the second one, and then day 15 through 30, we do them to the third one. So we do those 3. And so we're always trying to drive people back to those particular ones. And if they visited the page, obviously they'll just go to the next one.
One last question on this topic is, obviously in your business, certain things that are important, right? Checkout, conversion, analytics, different things like that. Do you use a keyword research tool to find like the most popular things that people are searching for, like in your industry, or do you just start with premonition?
No, we use a keyword tool. I don't use it. It's our guy that does the Google, so I couldn't tell you what one we use. But yeah, we do use one. And then he gives Irene a list of the SEO words that we want to be included in the articles. So each article does have SEO in it, and based off of like the terms that are searched in our industry, but they're certainly not stuffed. It does nothing seems unnatural. We don't want that.
Yeah, right. And you certainly want you want the whole thing about keywords, right? Is it's you don't want just that keyword, right? You want multiple keywords that are rich keywords.
Yeah.
And you want to be, if you're going to be writing articles, it's kind of like anything else, or starting a YouTube channel, right? You want to find something that people are searching and have interest in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the keyword research tools are going to be the most important thing that you're going to need to do to find the ideas for the blog post title, right?
Yeah.
And so you'll start with the keyword research tool, and then say, give me 5 ideas, 5 blog post titles on this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Got it. All right. So moving on to conversion. That's one of your specialties, right? More than anything is
that's I would say that's 90% of our work.
Yeah. So I want to ask you to share your screen on anything, because most of the stuff that you're having is going to be clients. But if you could tell us, like, what are the most important things about? I'll just start. I'll ask some questions. Have you noticed having the checkout page on the left, the checkout on the left compared to the right of if in a 2-column checkout, where you might have testimonials on the right? What do you find better there?
Well, it's changed. So for sure, 3 or 4 years ago, we could optimize the checkout and get a huge change. And the funny thing is, Shopify hasn't changed their checkout, but yet it's consistently got better and better and better at converting. And the optimizations that we were doing don't make as huge of an impact. And so you have to ask yourself, why is that? What created that, or why is that happening? And so for us, we deduced that it's prototypical now. People are so used to that checkout; they've seen it in so many places, so many times, that now the slight optimizations.
Become the norm.
Yes,
it's become the
exactly. Norm. Where before it's still not a great experience, but it's so normal that people don't mind it. And so I would say that that matters a lot in the way that you break down stuff. You want to make sure that prototypical matters, because if someone has to think, oh, how do I navigate this site because it's got this new fancy navigation thing, where all the other ones that don't have that, they can do it without even thinking about it. Every time that you make them stop to use their head to go through your site, or to go to the next step, or do any of these things, that's a friction point, or it's cognitive load, and they won't know why they're irritated with your site, or they won't know why they just leave and don't want it anymore, other than like everything was hard to find, or everything. So a lot of this fancy stuff that people are adding, that's a developer that really doesn't specialize in conversion. If you think about it, a Shopify site is really an online store catalog.
Yeah.
It's all your products. And so the reason why we've got them to convert so well is we treat it like a funnel. So like your landing page is your home page, and it has a specific purpose to build trust and to give you easy navigation to what you're looking for, not to sell. Because at that point, they don't even, the add to cart and the quick buy and stuff like that. Like, we've never seen it increase conversions, because 90% of the people, they're like, I don't even know, like, or trust you yet, or I'm not even sure I landed on the right site, and you're already trying to sell me. It feels desperate. Or how do I have enough information to actually want to make a buying decision yet? So what we found is, if you get them to make micro commitments, which obviously this in direct response, just get them to go to the next step. Just give them trust. Yes, I'm on the right page. Yes, you sell supplements, and you have 5 different categories, and I can get to that very easy. The second page should be a filter. Because filters typically
Matt,
convert.
not to
Go ahead.
interrupt you, because I want to do this visually if we can.
Sure.
Do you have an example website that's okay to show, or
yeah, you could go to Anton Belt.
all right, let me share my screen here. That would be this here.
It's literally one of my favorite companies. We've worked with them for now. Anton, A-N-S-O-N. A-N-S-O-N.
A-N-S-O-N, Anson.
Yeah.
Belt?
Anton Belt.
Okay. AnsonBelt.com. All right, everybody pay attention if you weren't paying attention. I'm going to shut my my camera off here. Not off. I'm just going to give us maximum visibility on the screen. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more here by increasing the browser. All right, so first thing, Matt, walk us through. Now, who is Anton Belt? Is this just somebody that you think they do it right, or are they a client?
No, they're a client. They've been a client for going on almost 7 years now. Phenomenal. Like literally, if you call customer support, you got a 50% chance of getting the owner.
Wow.
And yeah, they still answer or they still comment or reply to the Facebook ads. That's really their job, is customer support and loyalty. Like, and they've built the entire brand around that. Like, their buyers, we have buyers that have come back and bought from them 15, 16, 17 times. Like, it's amazing. And they just, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You can close that.
Yeah, I left it open for a reason.
Okay.
I'm assuming this is not a strategy. But you correct me if I'm wrong. This looks like they're actually having a problem with supply chain, and they're trying to tell people up front. Or is this a great way to get an email? I'm just curious.
No, they had a phenomenal fourth quarter, and so
they have low stock.
Yeah, they're not ever going to use like trickery or any type of method like that at all. And so if they're saying that, it's because they want you to know before you buy from them, this is what you may encounter. They're not willing to make a sale and have you be unhappy because of the experience.
It seems that that, as you said before, people are getting used to cleaner, softer looking brands that get right to the point. Let me find what I'm looking for very, very easily. And so here's a company that that I'll use, and I'll just pull it up real quick. It's have you ever heard of these guys? Soylent. Soylent is a nutrition company, and I was looking at like just the same thing, that they've got a lot of nice things in here, but they don't do the tricks. It's pretty much very, very clean. You can search for powders, drinks, bars. That's it. And then when you get to the drink, you get to a page that has different drinks. You go, either add to cart, or if you click, to learn more, you go to the product page. What do you think about what they're doing here on this site?
They're doing several things that I wouldn't recommend. And the reason why I say that is, like, if you go back to add to cart.
Let's go back to the previous one you said.
Yeah.
Here.
So in most cases, you can't read the bottle. And so for supplements, like, people are very, very concerned about what they're putting in their body. When we did Organifi, and we have Drew's testimonial on our homepage on our site, you can go watch it. They had done 2.75 million the year that we came in to help them. And within 90 days, we had them at an $8 million run rate. Actually 9.2. They ended up doing 16 million that year. And so the truth of the matter is, people want to see what they're going to put in their body before they're going to buy it. And so one of the most clicked on images in their product title was their ingredients. Well, the ingredients was it was a picture of the bottle, and it wasn't even readable. And so by them creating a nutrition label, it made it it made it convert a lot higher. So
yeah, you can see they focus on made with right here. Very, very big.
Yep, and I can tell you, so this is, again, we don't do their site anymore, but this is where people have got into that Me Too. If you go back to that, click on with that nutrition label, tell me how much of that you can actually read. Yeah, go to the next one. That's very difficult to read.
Mhm.
So knowing that that's one of the most important things the
And
person,
I'm at oh, I was at 100%. Okay. I thought I was
yeah,
at 150. Yeah.
right. So now tell me how easy is it going to be for someone to make a decision to go, yep, I want that because I can actually see what ingredients are in it and take it. So I believe that they went backwards and they don't even realize it.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens. It's not their fault. It's companies get big and then,
Yeah,
people take over. You got this new designer that was hired, this
yeah,
new, it happens, right?
yep,
Um,
yeah,
yeah. Trust me, I know more than anybody.
yeah.
So, yeah. So what'll happen is you're saying that even though they have these things here, like the science, where you could find out about what's put in it, that's not good enough, that they should have it, especially when it comes to when you're in a nutritional product, and that's the
Hmm.
reason why your company exists, Soylent, and Organifi both, that
Yep,
when I click here and I go to this page, they should have like, people, they don't want just this, right? They want to see the full ingredients. Like,
yep,
hey,
yep,
you're telling me the good, but I want to know what's in the fine print, the junk
yep.
stuff, and they don't have it here.
Right. And so the whole point of this, what I say that they're doing is this is a business person looking at their website from the perspective of how do I make more sales? They're not looking at their website from the customer's point of view is what information do I need to have in order to make a purchase? It's a paradigm shift. Like
Yeah, so counterintuitive to what every other conversion expert would have told you 5 to 7 years ago. That you would have said, stop focusing on on what the customer, focus on
yeah.
what conversion
Yeah,
tactics that work.
well, we think that we're going to make more sales, and the problem is, like, even when you're with someone that you've just met, and they either feel like they're lying to you or they're not just telling you the whole truth, like you can feel that on the website. Like if your website is your conversation with your customer, and so you want to look at your website as how do we help them navigate this from the customer's perspective. So if you look, just go to where it says step one, choose your belt width. Look at
Mhm.
the micro text underneath. They have two different belt widths. And if you look towards each side, or don't click on them yet, go back.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
I hit the back
It
button.
tells you, you might have to zoom in for everybody to see it, but 1.25, most commonly formal, 1.5, most commonly casual. So people would say, well, what's the difference between this is one of those things that was confusing. I didn't know which one to get, 1.25 or 1.5. And so adding that in there was clear. Oh, okay, this is the belt that I'm going to use when I'm dressing up. This is the belt that I would use that's more casual. And so there's a whole bunch of things on here that have been, split test for years and years and years in order to get it better and better. But like those type of things you don't know or wouldn't even notice if I wasn't telling them to you.
And when you click add, does it just add it like right to the cart, or does it bring you to?
Nope, you'll see. So click it because you're doing the build a belt. So what
Okay,
it
got it.
does, you'll get a buckle and then you'll get two buckles and three straps, and then you'll have a whole bunch of variations that you can do.
Wow, very complex, right? They had to,
Yeah.
yeah. I can imagine how this could become a real dinosaur, right? Because there's a process to going into building a belt, but to be able to keep it so clean like this
Yeah.
is really
Yeah.
nice. I love this little magnifying tool they have here. All right, and then what do we see here that we could learn from, Matt?
A
Oops.
simple thing like the add to cart, the arrow.
Hmm.
People discount that kind of stuff, or they don't actually understand how important it is. It's a psychological trigger. We've tested over and over and over. It is not necessarily, um, it's hardly ever button color, uh, but that little arrow on there, in their mind, it tells them when I click this button, I'm going to the next step. So you're literally leading them through the journey. And just like you'll see on all the sites that we do, we don't say add to bag. We don't say all these different things. We say add to cart. That's prototypical. And we give them a little arrow because they know when I click this button, it's going to be added to cart. I'm going to go to the next step. And then you'll see on the next one, if you're in the cart, it'll say proceed to checkout. In the proceed to checkout, it will then say,
okay, look, an arrow, right? So there's a difference between adding to cart and knowing that this is so beautiful. It's telling you proceed to right there in the arrow. It's literally telling you move on to the next step. I love this.
Yeah. And we're answering questions like, what are the payment methods? These are accepted at checkout. So they know they can buy with PayPal or these other different forms. Everybody knows they can use a credit card, but they do question that. We have split tested it a million times. Having the PayPal button here does not work as well. To be totally honest, we want it to because we think like, hey, we're reducing the number of steps. And it goes back to what we were talking about earlier with prototypical. If you watch how many thousands of videos we've had of like people in the cart, you'll be shocked. But a lot of people, enough that it changes your conversion rate, will add like 6 or 7 things to their cart and then go compare pricing and remove things and do all that. And so when you get rid of this experience or you take them straight to past the cart, you actually create issues for your conversion because it's not prototypical. They expect a certain thing, and when it doesn't happen, it's broken, they leave.
With let me ask you some stuff that's going to go to the infopreneur, going away from like physical products. So I'm going to rattle off some questions here for you. And this is kind of like let everybody be a fly on the wall. This is some Mike Filsaime consulting that I'm getting from Matt Stafford here. So Matt, multi-step checkout or a single checkout? When we're going to get the credit card, so let me click here. This seems to be a multi-step checkout. So what are your thoughts on that?
This one converts better for physical products. What we found on the information ones, we like progressive disclosure. So where it like folds up and you fill out the one and then you click to the next step. It can all be on the same page or move
collapsible, sort of like this here, right? So it would be something like so it'll step open up like this, and then as soon as you go next, then it's your shipping, and this would close, right?
Yeah,
and
but we would label it. So again, we always say that you should Homer Simpson everything. If Homer Simpson's not going to understand it, neither was the customer. And not to pick on them, but like why does 4th grade reading level, when you write your articles, we also make sure that it's in a 4th grade reading level because that converts better if it's super easy and super simple. So like you could do it just like this, but we would literally walk them through it and say step 1, step 2, step 3 on each one of the things, so that it just automatically there's no cognitive load. They know they got to do this, then the next is this, then the next is this.
Yeah, and each button here would be like proceed to shipping or
So click next.
Yeah, click next.
Yeah.
Obviously, folks, this is an FAQ, not a checkout. I was using this so that we could get the okay. So
visual concept. Yeah.
Now this is Shopify, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and there's only certain things that can be controlled here, as you were saying, right?
They're Shopify Plus, so they have a lot more functionality that they're allowed. So you see some things on this checkout that you don't see on a regular one, but yeah.
Have you ever reached out to Shopify to offer them consulting on improving their checkout? I'm just curious.
And we've had plenty of chats, and just the growth rate that they are, like they always say like, hey, submit articles. We've submitted articles to them for 2 years straight, hoping that we get on their blog or whatever. And so it's been super difficult, but yeah, we've tried.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, they're, mega company. What,
Yeah.
what do they want to listen to experts? All right,
Yeah.
so let's go through the right side of the page here. Obviously, you're getting, what am I ordering? What's the quantity? That makes sense. This is the gift code. What are your thoughts on gift codes? Like,
so normally that's hidden behind like a plus, and you got to open it. Right now they're doing that gift card special, but the more form fields, just like if you look at their second address field there,
I think that's here, right? If we just go here, I never clicked this, but there was this little thing that popped up right here. That's probably what it is. Oh, I thought they were giving like a gift alert.
Yeah, if you go back to the one that you were on, you can see like the address form field, the second line, how it's behind a plus to open it.
Oh, here, yeah.
Yeah. So
they would normally have that here.
Yeah. Well, reducing form fields like that helps your conversion. So we actually do that same thing with the gift code when they're not running a gift card special, because you don't want people to leave the site and then go look for gift cards or
Retail
look for coupon codes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and so we typically have that closed behind a button. Right now they're doing a promo for it.
Got it. Yeah, we have that feature in GrooveCart that just allows you to have like a little text that says have coupon code ?
Yeah,
we
so
don't.
I'm going to do you a huge favor, Mike.
Mhm.
This is something that anyone can do, no matter what checkout they're using. If you look at the email form and the SMS form, maybe zoom in so they can read it.
This right here.
Yeah. So what is the number one opened email? What is the number one opened email sent?
Order confirmation.
Yeah, order confirmation. So instead of just saying, hey, give us your email.
Or best email.
Right. We went through and thought about, like, we went through the psychology of it. Like, if you want to cut in line and you can walk up to someone and give them a reason, hey, do you mind if I cut? I'm running behind. Like 80% of people will say yes. If you go, hey, do you mind if I cut in front of you, and give no reason, they're going to be like, no, of course not.
Yeah.
So
reason why.
We use that same thing here. Well, we're going to send them their email order confirmation, which we know gets an 80% open rate. Why wouldn't they give you their very best email? And now our when they abandon here, we have their best email. And then if you look at the phone for shipping notifications, and we've split test this. Trust me, we've had ones that like tanked our conversions. We will never call you, and it went from like a 200% increase to like a 40% decrease. Like it literally tanked the conversion on the page, because people are like, oh, I don't want them to call me. They quit giving us their phone number, and it was required. We make it required. And so
I wasn't fully listening.
Sorry,
I was looking at something over here. You said that you removed or you added, and it was counterintuitive. I just wanted to, about we will never call you.
So we put phone, we will never call you, like required. We will never call you. Well, we introduced a problem that they didn't think. And when we put, we will never call you, they didn't believe us. And it literally,
it hurt. Okay. That's
killed it.
Okay. That's what I wanted to make sure. It was counterintuitive. You thought that we will never, because
we weren't going to ever call them. Yeah.
Yeah. I learned the same thing with a test that was done underneath enter your email on an opt-in form. It used to be before 2014, we will never sell or rent your email to a third party, and it was flipped to we respect your privacy. And we respect your privacy because what you just said, we introduced something to somebody that they didn't even I didn't even realize. Jeez.
I don't want my list.
Even if you're not going to do it, I'm going to give you my lousy email address now, because I don't want to receive spam. Don't think of the pink elephant, right?
So we track form field errors on our sites, because obviously we're trying to figure out how to increase conversions. And I will tell you, we've never beat these two controls. And this is something that anybody can do. They'll get more emails. Their conversion on their checkout will go up. So required for order confirmation, required for shipping notifications. And by doing those two, they give you their phone number and their email. And those are our two #1, obviously highest forms of recovery for revenue for an e-commerce site.
We're going to build that into our GrooveCell and GrooveCart order forms. I'm going to point out one additional thing, especially for my developers here, that is not obvious. Take a look at what happens when I click here. Most of the time, most places will have this disappear as if when I type my first letter. And oh, look at that. It even stays above there. See, what you're noticing here, when I click here and this little line telling me that the cursor is right here, it doesn't disappear because you're losing the instruction by entering the cursor there. So you keep there. And then even when I put in the area code, it's still keeping this information there. I love that. Same thing with the first name. The label just moves up to the top. This is really, really good stuff. Really like that. All right. So I notice here, Matt, underneath the pricing, you're putting in a guarantee. So why buy from Hanson? So it's a guarantee and then social proof.
Yep.
All right. And then
if you go back to their homepage, same thing. So it's congruent from front to back. They've been in business since 2009. They've got over 35,000 5-star reviews, et cetera, et cetera. All of that stuff matters. Like so it says on the top left there, established 2009. That's forever in the internet.
Yeah.
And then right there, it says how many? 32,000?
32,840. And it's also a hot link. So when I click to it, it opens up a review page.
Yeah.
Oh, and Instagram. Interesting.
I think because you're sharing your screen, it's slow, but normally this is really fast. And then you can sort by 5-star, 2-star. Like they actually have over 32,000 5-star reviews. So it doesn't even include all of them. But yeah, like it's, I've never worked with another company that I've loved so much as far as like how they take care of their customer. Like literally, they had, when we started working for them, they had containers and containers of what we call now factory seconds. That would have, like, if you flip the buckle over, it'd have a scratch or it'd have a mark on the leather or whatever. And they hadn't sold them. And so now they literally like run a sale twice a year and will sell those factory seconds. And the way that they do that is they'll show you like 5 or 6 example buckles, 5 or 6 example straps, and say, hey, this is what you're getting. And they actually only offer it to the people who have already bought from them, and they sell out every single time. So it's people who are already customers.
Yeah, this is we're going to end on this here, but I just want to talk about how end with Matt, because we got to let Matt go. How interesting this is. So number one, here's what they're doing. This is really interesting. They're showing you the date that it was purchased, so you're seeing recency. So you're seeing number of orders that have already come back. Now you're seeing a picture of the product. You're seeing the name of the customer, keeping their privacy, with the word verified buyer. And you're noticing this little green verified buyer is really, really strong as well, in my opinion.
Yeah, this has been highly optimized. Trust me. This part is the people that click on your reviews are the highest well, they're the third highest converting. First is search, second is filters, third is reviews.
Wow. And it tells you what they purchased, the Anson gift box, 6 items. And then when you click here, look at this, brings you right to the cart of what that person purchased. Very interesting. All right. So, Matt, I asked you to come on for an hour. I kept you on for an hour and 15.
That's okay.
I want to respect that for you, especially here. This is a preview. So, folks, do me a favor, give it up for Matt Stafford. We're going to let him go. Matt, I want to thank you so much for coming on. Obviously, you didn't come on to share a presentation. We didn't ask you to come and present slides. I know you have that. You presented like that at Brazil and had a slide. This was more of an introduction to show people, some of the people that we're going to be having at our mastermind that will be doing presentations. This was more of a fly on the wall session to let you know what happens. This is how me, Matt, and Rich Sheffrin will sit around and we'll talk during a UFC fight, usually talking about this type of stuff. And we end up sharing our screen more than we end up watching the fight. So everybody's blowing up the chat there, Matt, saying thank you, great insight. So we're going to let you go, Matt. When do you head out? When are you heading back?
Saturday I leave. So
Saturday. Maybe I'll. What time are you flying out Saturday?
I think 3:40.
All right. I have lunch tomorrow with Glenn and Mark LaChance in Fort Lauderdale. If you and John are around, maybe we'll come visit you guys.
Okay, that'd be great. Yeah.
All right. All right. Everybody else, you stick around. Matt, we're gonna let you go. Take it easy, and I'll be in touch with you, Matt. Thanks so much.
All right. Thank you. See you guys.
All right. So yeah, that's Matt Stafford. As you can see, Matt is not a guru, right? This isn't a guy out there, doing what many gurus do. He's just out on a different level. Nothing wrong with the gurus. So you could argue that I'm one.
Some of us love to teach. Some of us don't. We just love to do the stuff.
Yeah.
And then some of us, like you and I, are confused because we like both of them. Yeah.
So Matt certainly does it on a different level with his it's a high level membership for Build, Grow, Scale. As you can see, the stuff that he has clients that are doing, 10 million, 25 million, 100 million in e-commerce. So they have the data to test. So he's not, one of the things that I saw over at their website was we stopped counting at 400 million, right? So the amount of information that they have access to that they could test is Patrick Giffen says it right here. Matt is the real thing. He knows his stuff. All right. Yeah. So we're going to take I'm going to take a 1-minute break. Don, I'll have you just stay on while I hit the men's room there because I'm hydrating well today.
Sure
sort of. I guess I could be doing better. And then we're going to be bringing on who's first?
Malene
or Lewis?
Okay. Malene. Yep. We're bringing Malene on first. So
I'll be right back.
We can get ready. You don't have to do anything. Just hang on, and we'll bring you on live when we're ready. Now, here where I get the chance to sit here and talk to myself. I will share something very exciting that I have been doing as I've been sitting here. I am opening up it's a really cool overhead lamp. So I got it in the mail a while ago, but I haven't opened it yet. So I've been sitting here unboxing it while I'm listening to Matt. And what this does is it allows me to stick a camera right here and film my desktop in front of me. Some of you are aware that I am an artist in my spare time, and I've decided I want to start an art YouTube channel and just let people see the process of creating art. So this really cool lamp mirror camera holder thing is going to help me get ready to do that. So that's kind of an exciting thing I've been working on. You can see my lunch just got delivered behind me. So perfect timing, Mike, to bring you back on when you return from the bathroom. Dogs checking out my lunch. Things are standard around here at my house. Are you back in? We can't hear you. Are you muted?
Yeah, I was muted.
There we
go. A little hotkey there. So I'm going to pull these browser tabs over for Malene's products. So we have 2 of them, and we're ready to bring her on. We're going to go straight to the top of the hour here, and we're going to go till 4 o'clock with Malene, and then we're going to get Lewis on till about 4:45, and then do a quick wrap up from 4:45 to 5 p.m. and call it a day. So let us know if you guys are enjoying this little preview day here. That's 1 of 3 that we're done with. We're going to move on to 2 or 3. So Malene, give me a thumbs up if you're ready for.
I just added her.
All right. So you're all set. So great to see you here, Malene. Where are you coming in from today?
I'm coming in from Norway.
Oh my goodness, excellent. I've been there's a website, a YouTube channel called Real Life Lore, and was looking obviously what's going on with Norway, Sweden, and all the areas up there with with getting into NATO.
We're in already.
Yes, exactly, and
but
yeah,
yes,
so
we welcome all the other people.
yeah. So yeah, it was very, very, very interesting there. So okay, so I'm gonna just make sure I'm gonna add my screen here, but before we do that, let everybody know a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your business.
Yeah, I'm Malene, and I'm a sound engineer, and I'm also a trauma survivor. And when I was in trauma therapy, I was searching around to find something to help me calm down, and I didn't really find anything. So I started recording sounds in the nature, and found that there are certain sounds that can calm me down way easier than those standard things you hear on meditation apps and stuff. So I made my own app, and but that was
If you see me typing, I'm taking notes.
That was very basic. So right now I'm developing a game, but I'm at the stage right now that when I'm only I don't have a product to sell right now, but I will offer a course and stuff in a very near future around how to calm down from trauma.
How to cope with
in 30
seconds.
seconds.
In 30 seconds.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you just wrote part of your headline right there. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. We have two websites for you. Let's drop this down there. Yeah, that'll still work. And we have this one here. This is PTSD Safe. And is this one the same thing, just in Norwegian?
Yes, basically.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
Okay, so I'm assuming UTAV or that word or
that means out of the loop.
Out of the loop. Okay, gotcha. All right. So I'm gonna close this website here because I get we're doing an English version and a Norwegian version, but we'll keep it like this here. All right. So let's accept the cookies here, and so this right here, what we're looking at. I'm gonna tell you what I see, and then we're gonna break down and we're gonna talk about what we want. So what we're seeing here, we have a landing page, and there's a call to action. The call to action is basically to enter their email address, and they're going to, by doing that, they're going to learn a simple hack on how to get relief from anxiety, flashback nightmares, and disassociation. Is that
yes? Dissociation.
Dissociation. Yeah. Underneath here, this is you.
Yeah.
This is your quick little bio. Hi, I'm Malene. After struggling with PTSD since childhood, I've regained control of my life. Along the way, I've developed a system that can also help you reduce trauma symptoms. That is really, really good copy right there. Today, if flashbacks, anxiety, and dissociation arise, I know how to eliminate them. That's why I want to share my best hacks so that you can begin on the path of getting relief from your trauma symptoms and have a better life too. This is not therapy. I've done my fair share of that and wouldn't be where I am today without it. But even though I highly recommend using this hack together with treatment, it can be helpful without therapy too. Type in your email address, and we're asking for the call to action again. Got a little FAQ section here. another call to action here again, and medical disclaimer. Great. All right. So, and what is this? That's saying go to the Norwegian website, right?
Yes.
Norsk. Okay.
It was just because I had a PTSDsafe.no page, and it just messed up everything. That's why I just switched it to a totally different URL. But I still have both.
Okay, so
I need some more elegant way to do that.
Yeah, we're gonna do that today. I promise you. Let me just make sure I'm logged into Groove. Okay. All right. So my cat wants all my attention underneath. You're gonna have to get out of here, Scabby, or I'm gonna Fred Flintstone you out the window. Hold on just 1 second, because she won't stop. Come here. She wants me to put her on this chair so she can sit next to me. Okay, you stay right there. You beat up that chair with your claws. Come here. All right, good girl. Sorry about that. She hears me talking. Michelle's not here, and she just wants attention. All right, so the first thing I want to ask is, I want to be brutally honest here, because that's how we learn. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
I think that who wrote the copy here? Is this all you?
It's me, but I have had lots of help.
I'm going to say whoever helped you, or your innate ability here, is for being on this call is at a scale of 9 out of 10. 9 being good, right? Like 10 would have been like, wow, I think this was written by one of my copywriter friends. So we're gonna first say that the copywriting itself is at a good A- level, or right out of the gate we can even call it an A. So there's really good stuff there.
Thank you.
Next is going to be the placement of the copy. The placement of the copy, right? So basically what we want to do is we understand there's a structure to a landing page, right? And so I would probably give the structure of the copy a C. And then the design of the page, I would probably, there's a lot of elements that I like about it, but I'd probably give it a C as well. You started laughing on that one. I think you knew you knew the answer was gonna come on there. All right.
My guess was D.
Well, look, I want to be nice here. No, I've had D's. I'm going to be frank with you. This is a C, right? I'm seeing just a couple of things that we're gonna fix here. So the first thing I want to ask is, did you start with a blank page and build in with blocks, or did you start with a template and, forgive my expression here, and butcher it?
I think the last one.
Okay. So here's what
because
I'm going to do.
I've been so many rounds, I cannot remember where I started.
Look, I don't necessarily. Let me see where I'm at here. So I'm at 100%. Bear with me a second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my system settings, and I'm going to open up the screen here. And I'm going to go to, let's see, where's the size? They've got this new thing on the Mac now where, okay, displays.
Command plus.
And we're going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so my screen should have gotten a little bit bigger. So by default, I don't have to go to 100% and break anything inside of the Groove browser, and it's going to make things a little bit easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to mess with this page. I'm going to open it up in your account here. Okay. Maylene, if I open up this drawer and show pages, is there anything here in your pages here that you don't want seen? Or there's no problems there, right?
There's a lot of mess.
It's a mess. Okay.
That's okay.
No, you should see the Groove.cm website inside here as well. So this is the current page that we're on right here.
Yes.
So I have a choice. Do I clean up this page or do I do a makeover on this page? We might do both. So let me start first by adding a new page here. All right. And so let me see if we have opt-in. Let's see if there's anything that we like. And I'm just trying to, I want to get in the head of your client, right? So I'm trying to see, like, if I was able to take this and let me just go with this. It's called live webinar opt-in. Let me just start with this one here. All right. And obviously I can, let's just import that page. All right. So what I'm going to do now is, and are there any images in your image library? Because when I go click on images,
yes,
it's
there
going
are.
to show.
Yeah.
Anything that you don't want shown, or that's okay?
No.
Okay, great. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this background because I did like the background that you had. So I'm going to go to the image here and I'm going to click choose and see if your image shows up of the lady cheering on.
That's not mine.
This is not yours? Oh,
No.
you know what? It's pulling up my library. That's why. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go into royalty-free images, or what I can do. Let me see if I can get this image here.
You can save us. Save us.
Yeah, that'll give me a file with the images, I believe. All right. All right. I'm going to open that up. Text edit. Why didn't that open up? Let's try that again. Well, it's just opening it here. Trying to, I think I have to inspect the element to get the actual your image URL of this. And I'm not the best at using the inspector, but you know what? I'm just gonna move things along here because this is more about just doing a makeover. So I'm going to go to free stock photos and let's see.
Can I send you the email?
Oh, yeah, that'd be
send
great.
Send it to you.
Yeah, because I wouldn't even know what to search.
I just
yeah, I type in woman success mountain. Are you sending that to Donna, that image?
Yeah, I can do that. That's a good idea.
Okay. Yeah, so for right now, I'm just going to choose this one right here because it's sort of similar. She's not. Oh, I should have taken this one here, actually. Do that one more time. Let's add this one.
Yeah, send it over to Donna.
Okay, Donna will shoot that over to me in Skype as soon as she has it. Get out of this mode here. This is really driving me crazy. Stage manager is far from perfect. All right, now I have to find my my browser that we just had. Okay, there you are on StreamYard because I lost you. Okay, all right. So I'm going to add this image. It's similar to yours until I get the other one from Donna. Okay, she just pasted it to me. Okay, very good. So we'll save to my downloads. Very good. And I'll upload that from my downloads. There we go. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. I had to get that that image over. So now we're going to add this image into the background and replace it. So there we go. I put that in the wrong spot. We need that at the block level right here. Hit the undo button. All right, there we go. All right, so now let's take a look at the difference between yours and mine. And let me just make sure here I'm at 100%. I'll have more room. So what you have, Malene, is you have the image at 100% or 0%, depending how you would look at that opacity, right? So that means you're going to have a problem giving a subtextual image that you want in the background, a subconscious image, which is important, but it's now going to compete with your font. And that's the problem that you realized here is you probably started with a white font and said, well, that's not working. And then you started with a black font. You said, that's not working. I need contrast. And so you created the highlight span there. All right. And that's a practice we want to avoid if we can. But I know where that came from. So the way to alleviate that, okay, is to let's take a look at this this image here. When I look at the color here, you're going to notice that the transparency, or let me just see here, background blurb. I'm trying to find. Okay, I believe if I choose a color, black. Okay, this is the. Why am I having an issue here? Is David Lemon here? David, if you're listening, could you jump in and help me out here? I'm trying to find the transparency slider.
Yes. So when you select the color, then it should be there.
Right. So let's say I change the background to purple. It's this one here.
Yeah. There may be something that got set up wrong. I don't know.
Huh.
Is
okay,
it
so
on
I'm doing it.
Is it back further?
Well, here's the background image. So the image is showing back there, the one that I uploaded. But I can't see how to.
My suggestion would be just move on. At this moment, it's 15 minutes already with one background image. Just
Yeah,
just move on.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to design something for her brand colors. So I'm gonna start with a different template because this one's not cooperating with me. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pick another template here.
Do you need my brand colors?
No, that's okay. I can use them with a color picker. Let me start with some of these landing pages here and just pull in a landing page. So I believe sometimes there's a nice one here. I'm gonna go back to funnel. Just bear with me. And I want something that we can just pretty much mirror with yours. So I'm looking for something with an opt-in. Let's see this one here. This is very similar to yours. So I'm just going to pull just this page in, just for now, and import the selected page. So let's start with just this page here for now. So that's going to take about 30 seconds to go onto the canvas. All right. So same thing here. I'm going to see if I can take this background image and change it. To this one. All right. So this, so David, I don't know if it was a problem with that template or whatever the case is. Let's see if that that doesn't happen here. So the same thing here. This is what we were talking about before, is that when we have this image, the image has a lot of different things going on here with the background. She's in green. Her sweatshirt is white. Her skin is beige, so we need something to be able to mute that a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a color, and let's take a look at your brand colors. Your brand colors are like teal, I would say. So I'm just going to first go into the colors here. I'm going to take something in the teal, which is something like this here. And now that we have that, I can. So David, I think our transparency stopped working. I can't. We can no longer change colors. So is that correct?
Playing with the background, it seems that when there's an image, then the overlay does not work. But on a normal background, when there's a color, just it works. So
Yeah.
I'll have to look into this one with the devs.
All right. Let me hit the undo button a few times. Let me see. Even in these originals here, if I just make this black. Yeah, the transparency stopped working. You can see the color is working here. It's like the image has gone in front. All right. So, Malene, is that something that you tried to do? Is that the reason maybe you tried to mute this background and you weren't able to? I'm just curious if that even happened to you.
No, I have tried that before, and it did work.
It did work.
So
okay.
In this, you can see I have a orange color on this page.
Yeah. So basically, what I was going to tell you to do is just is to mute the background. All right. So what we should probably do first is, and you can see this image here. When we look at this image, this is a blue image with just this. So there's a couple of things. We don't have a ton of time. One of the other things that you could do is you could do something like this. You could take. So let me take this image here. Okay. And I'm going to.
I can send over another blurred image to Donna.
That's okay. I'm going to use that image that you just did, and I'm going to just show you some different things that we could do with it as well. So I'm going to open that and snag it. Okay, and I'm gonna move this image over like this, and then I'm going to add some stuff over here like this. Okay, I'll probably even cut this out. And this is if I think we can even do this because we're going to need a little bit more room. We can cut this all out. I put in autofill, so I want to do transparency. Okay. My computer, is it crashing? Okay, there we go. Transparent. So now we can see what they did here is they put like a new color here. Well, I'm not going to do a fade, but I'm just showing you some different options that you can do. We can do a fill here. Let's find our fill, and let's go here with something like this. Okay. This is a really, really bad example, but I just want to give you some ideas on some things that you can do. Obviously, you would need a little bit more stuff with like a Photoshop tool. I'm doing this here just to show you like a starting point that can be done. Probably would have been better to make it a little bit darker. But if we upload that image here, we should be able to get something along the lines of what that effect was done here. This is going to look like crap, by the way. So it's not a complete makeover because really what I need to do is I need the transparency slider to work, but I'm trying to do what we just did there. So did that upload? Yes, it did. Okay. No, it didn't. But I want to move on from here next. Let's let that load. Is that not the image? Not having a lot of luck here, folks. That's the original image. All right. not my day here. So we're going to move on, Malene, so we could focus on stuff that'll actually help you. Yeah, I'm having a problem getting the image to load into the library. So let's assume we're going to fix this this situation where we can blur this background a little bit better for you. What I would recommend, and we'll have this fixed in the next 48 hours, is you will choose your brand colors, or you can just go with something black, and then you'll adjust the transparency here. And what you're going to get is this is going to dim out in the background, and you're going to have the ability to get your headline to stick out even more. So let's go back to your page here. Let's talk about some things that can actually help you before we get into the design, or we won't focus on the design too much here. What are we saying here? Complex PTSD symptoms.
That's for the search engine, basically.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So good lesson here. There's things that we can do on page or in meta tags that you can put into your title tags, certainly for the search engines. The headline has to be for the consumer. It's binary. It has to be binary. All right. So what I would say when I look at this is we have to tell people. So I'm going to go with the formula that I've used many times on these types of makeovers, and we're just going to go with the really good without the really bad in a certain amount of time. All right. So one of the things that I can put in, not that it's bad, but I'm going to put in the without therapy. You already said that before, right? That because yours works without therapy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's say that if somebody is suffering from this problem, we want to get their attention right from the beginning. Now we can put a sub headline above it. Right now I'm just working on the copy, but really small text should be. It could be something like attention people suffering with trauma, or we could even say suffering from PTSD ? Right. That would be like a smaller text. Above the headline, right? So now let's give them a headline. What if somebody is suffering? What is the promised land? What is the end result that you can promise them? How to finally let's insert that promised land. What would that be?
Get relief from trauma, or
is this something that happens like anxiety? It will always come back to people, and this is a way to use like your style of meditation to get off it. So it's nothing permanent, right? So we're not going to say how to finally permanently
no, you have to use it again and again, like 20 times a day.
Okay, so so instead of get, it's right now we'll come back and we'll wordsmith, but it's eliminate. Okay. And what are
dissolve?
Ahead,
dissolve is a good word. Yeah.
Yeah.
How to finally dissolve. Okay. And then what are they dealing with? It's not anxiety, or how would you explain it? You said it very well down here. Today, if flashbacks, anxiety, and dissociation arise, trauma symptoms. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
or PTSD symptoms.
Okay, let's
That's
use all.
Yeah.
So do you want to put trauma systems?
I think
or just
PTSD symptoms.
Okay, so okay. All right. PTSD symptoms. All right. We're going to change this from finally to instantly.
Yeah, because that's what it is.
Right. Instantly dissolve PTSD symptoms. Oh, I like this. Okay. And then let's just get here. There's some good stuff here. When I'm going to we're going to go a little long. It's always okay to go a little bit long, and then we're going to see if we could get it down. When flashbacks, anxiety, and disassociation arise, and then how do we do this? You know what? We don't even need that. That could be supported later. And then, so that's the really, really good, right? So the really good promise we're making to people is suffering from PTSD, how to instantly dissolve PTSD symptoms when flashbacks, anxiety, and dissociation arise. And then, so can we, so let's see what you put down here. Let's see, you have some good copy. I've done my share fair, and that wouldn't be, I highly recommend using this hack together with treatment. Okay, and let's see. I noticed you said without therapy somewhere else earlier as well.
No, but you can use it with or without therapy.
Okay, it can be used. So you recommend people have their therapy.
I recommend people
right. So this got
therapy.
it. Yeah. So this is not a replacement for therapy.
No.
This is something that can work with your current.
And I'm not a therapist, so I have to be very
that's in here. All this
about
medical
that.
disclaimer, right?
Yeah.
So okay, so let's get rid of this without therapy with this simple hack, audio hack.
Audio hack, yeah.
Right. So let's just see. I'm going to go into your page. All right, and we're going to put. Let's do this. Let's take this section here, this container, just for now. Let me see. If I turn this entire background to white, it's not the final result that I would do for this page. Okay, let's make sure that we don't have any span on here. Okay, and so we're just going to use this font that you have here, and let's do this. Okay, and let's see here. I think we should tighten up this font just a little bit. That would be line height. We're going to go tighter. Okay. I'm also a big fan of not using serif fonts on a page. These are serif fonts because they have the little hats at the top and bottom of each word. These don't. So if we look at this font right here, we have just parent default. Let me just see if we can just go to the parent default. We're going to get a nicer headline like that. Now that's actually too tight. So I'm going to just bring that back to something like that. All right. So there we go. Now what we wanted to do is we wanted to add like a little, I'm just going to clone this. Just make my life easy. I'm going to move this up into here. Actually, I'm curious. I think I can actually just add a new line here. And we can now go back and get this suffering from PSD ? And just make that font smaller. So by taking this alone, I believe I can make just that font a little bit smaller. Let's get rid of any bold on there. Oh, that actually made everything smaller. So we'll do it this way. I think I have to hit return. Because it was part of the same paragraph. No, it's doing the same thing. David, wasn't that something I used to be able to do just from there?
David had to step away.
Okay.
And I wasn't paying attention, so I'm sorry. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm trying to make just this font smaller.
Oh, yeah, I think you can do that.
Yeah, we can't do that anymore. That feature went away.
Oh, it has to be in a separate paragraph then?
Not only separate paragraph, because I did hit enter.
Separate block.
Yeah, so, and the silly thing is I've I've made this block, with a white background. But what you'd want to do is make that font smaller. I'm kind of a slave to this current template right here, Malene. I would normally just have a new element that I would click, but I made this entire element black. So if you were to go and make this with a new template, which I do recommend, and just use one of our existing templates, you want this to be a little bit smaller. All right.
Yeah.
Or you could even do that with, with an alert bar, up at the top, right? Attention, PTSD sufferers, attention people suffering from PTSD. But so I'm going to take this right here, and I'm just going to put this right here for just right now. All right. And just move it up here just so that, we understand it's going to be something more like that. Okay. All right. So I can now get rid of this. All right, so that's going to be a little bit. That's a slightly better headline. Now, your opt-in section. This is okay. You've got some nice bullet points here. Some of this stuff is now repetitive, so you may not need this bullet point here. Because we put that into the headline, right? Simple hack on how to get relief from anxiety. So we, again, this is your template, so I don't want to destroy anything here, but you could get rid of that. And this can actually go into your headline, right? Just strip it of any tags. And we can just put that here. Whoops, what happened? Copy. And at that point, we could get rid of these bullet points. Let's go to here.
That's a long headline.
Yeah, we can remember we can put some of it into a sub headline. Right now, I'm a little bit of a slave to the template, but if I just do something like this, we can then take this part here and delete it, and then have something like this, and then this text. Again, I wouldn't do it like this. I'm stuck with this white background back here, and so now that this is in a new section, I can now make this text a little bit smaller, something like that, right? And I would probably get this onto one line like that. Okay, and spacing. Let's just add a little bit of spacing there. So this isn't, oh, we lost the, we can do it this way and keep the white. There we go. All right. So now that looks a little bit better, right? And then we can do some things in here. We can underline this, dissolve PTSD, maybe even use like a yellow highlight on there. That would be something like this. Right. Again, this is because of this white background. We wouldn't have these, these problems. I normally wouldn't make this whole section white, but I think you're starting to see here when we put this onto a template that was made to do something like this, we're getting a very, very strong headline when somebody comes to the page. Suffering from PTSD, and when it comes to this here, for the other site, you can put that flag up in the top right corner of the website. It doesn't need to be competing with the headline. It'll confuse people, and most of the time you're going to be doing traffic for English speaking people with English speaking traffic sources and SEO, and your Norwegian site can stand alone. You don't really need to have have it flipping, because you're going to be driving traffic for one particular source.
Yeah,
or you can even put it into the footer.
It was because people were actually typing in the URL, and they did a typo, so they said .com instead of .no.
Oh, I see. So you needed those people to, yeah. So yeah.
So it just messed up my list.
Yeah. But, so it'd probably be better to just take this and then move it up into the top right corner.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Scabby, stop. So what I'd really like to do, Malene, what I'd really like to do is, we have to move on to the next person. And I just feel like you're a victim of the tech circumstance today. So I want to bring you back on next week again. We're gonna be doing a couple of live streams next week. We're not gonna bring you on until I know that these bug fixes have been fixed, because I want to leave you with a landing page that you could go with. That's the whole purpose of these makeovers, is not for me to say what I really wanted to do and what I really want to do, because a landing page is the marriage of layout and copy, right? It's so I think your copy is good. It just was laid out in the wrong stack and laid out on the wrong template. And so at the end of the day, you're left with good copy, and that's what you had. And I don't feel that I was able to give you a proper send off with go take this to the market. So Donna, is that okay if we do that next week on one of the live streams?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, would love to have you back, Malene.
Because I'm not proud. I'm not proud of what we're leaving you, and I know that we could leave you with something special. And these opportunities don't come up very often, Malene. So that's what we're going to do. I'm gonna hit save. I'm not going to hit save here because I'm working on your actual website right here. So I'll just take a screenshot of this. Okay. I'm just going to hit the refresh button. We're going to lose it. Okay, so that you have your original website intact. Or maybe not. We'll have to hit the I must have hit save.
I'll fix it.
Yeah, you have the revisions in here that
yes,
that you can do. All right. And so so no need for me to send Donna the screenshot now. So I'm going to get out of your account. David is going to coordinate with me and Husni to make sure that we get get that bug fixed in the background opacity. Not sure what happened there. And then we're going to design a gorgeous landing page for you that you could take to the market. All right.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, Malene, thanks for let me bring you on here so that we can see your pretty face before we say goodbye to you. Thank you so much for coming on today, and we'll have you on. Donna, do we have dates next week, Tuesday? I think we're doing it.
We picked Tuesday, but we didn't pick a time yet. So
all right, yeah, so probably same bat time next Tuesday. Hopefully, today's Thursday, so it gives us 2 days to try to get this done over a holiday weekend with New Year's. So we're going to try to see if we can get that done. Either way, we'll make sure to get you on.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Malene. I'll be in touch.
All right. Bye-bye. Oh, whoops. Oh, I'll let you hit
there we go. We're both trying to take the wheel.
Yeah. All right. So next we have Lewis. I saw him just stand up. He knows he's getting ready to come on. Lewis, and I would say that's our Aparicio. We'll find out.
Let's see.
Here we are. Lewis, how are you, buddy?
Yes.
Good to see you.
I'm stood up to attention.
Where are you calling in from?
London, from England.
London. All right. What is the last name? Is that Italian? Is it Aparicio? Is that how you say that?
Aparicio is
Aparicio.
It's Spanish. I'm from Venezuela. Many people, certainly in the States, would know my surname because Luis Aparicio is a Hall of Famer in baseball.
In baseball. Oh, yeah, definitely in the States. Yeah, I know that name well. So I have one of those names. I'm sure, in your language, it's probably a very, very easy name, but I'm sure English-speaking people probably just stutter and come up with something that is completely not your name. Yeah. For some reason, I was always either Filsaime or Filsaime. People, my high school teachers' brains would just go crazy when we said that. All right,
I shortened my name to Luis, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. So I'm going to boot up your pages here on the screen for everybody. So let's go to this, and we're going to go to Donna had sent me your website, and so you have two. You have one website that we're going to go over. I'm going to pull this up right here. And the first thing that I'm going to ask is this, Lewis. Who designed your website?
Groove. I borrowed it from one of your templates.
So this is one of our templates
I started
here.
with one of the templates. Yeah, I started with one of the templates.
You started with one of the templates. So, okay.
Then
Frankly
everything else was
speaking,
myself.
When Donna gave me the 2 people that we were going to do today, I said 2 things. I said, well, for Malene, I said, wow, she doesn't really have a copy problem. She has a layout problem. So then I looked at yours and I said, wow, this, obviously we're going to get meta and we have to find out what is it that you're looking to do. But I would venture to say that you are doing very, very well on the design aspect, and we can help you on the copywriting, the framing, the positioning, and finding out what we're looking to do here. So the first thing I just want to mention this, Luis. I'm going to say that as I said to Donna when I saw this, I said sometimes we suffer from because we can syndrome. Okay, and let me show you what I mean by that. When I load this page, I notice that we're getting these little animations and pop-ups that are coming in, and we're sliding and we're sliding and we're sliding, and this is what I would call very 2015 WordPressy, right? You would go to Theme Forest and you would have all of these websites and everything is flashing in because the web said that we could do this, and then we started adding a lot of those different things onto our website. So for instance, this one right here, when we scroll, let's refresh, we're getting these animations that happen throughout the page. My advice would be kill all of the animations. If you're going to have the animations, have one thing on your call to action button on the site. But even then, you'll notice we're not constantly doing that. We might do that on a simple landing page that has no scroll. We might have the little animation go. But for the most part, I'm a believer in a simpler website with less animation. I can't speak objectively, right? I can only speak subjectively. But I'm going to tell you, and even the pop-up, I wouldn't do a fade in. I would just do a drop pop-up or an instant appear. And I would probably also recommend making the pop-up side by side. So you're going to be better off, especially for mobile, having a pop-up that that has more of a side by side type of look and feel to it, something like that. Okay.
Right.
All right. So, having said that, I'm going to just show you something real quick, just for everybody here. I don't know about you guys, but these types of websites here are very annoying to me. I'm scrolling. I'm hitting the scroll bar right now, and it's doing all of this. And I'm trying to just scroll down a website and learn. And what I'm getting is like an interactive video. And I don't even know, I like to be able to just grab the scroll wheel and scroll down a website. Now I'm getting it a little bit more. No, but you see, now it's starting to do all of this stuff. I'm going to ask you guys in the chat, do you like websites that do this? They're cool. They're cool as heck. Or do you like a website where you can see something more like the tech specs and you can just scroll and the website just leaves you alone? Donna, I'm curious on your thoughts. I think you once commented on this as well.
So I find the site fascinating to play with. Mm-hmm. And if I want to look at something cool, I actually will just go on the site and play with it because I just find it I don't understand how they do it. It feels like magic to me. Yeah. I mean, I get how they do it, but the experience of it feels like magic. But when I'm done playing, I just want the information.
Exactly. This one is a little bit better, the Mac page. It kind of has animations as you're going through, but all that stuff where it turns into a video on the page. So that's going to be my advice to you, Luis. Nothing that we need to go in and fix the animations. You know how to do that. You've obviously designed a nice site. Now you've done this all by yourself. You haven't had anybody in the Facebook group do this for you. You've done all this by yourself.
That's all been myself. Yeah.
Okay, this is great. So now let's talk about what you want to accomplish. All right. And by the way, thank you for being here today, Luis. It's Luis?
Luis, yeah.
Luis. You got on 15 minutes before Matt Stafford even got on here today. So you've been on for hours. So you had the link, you jumped on. So I want to thank you for being patient. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about what you're trying to achieve with this website.
Yeah, what we're trying to achieve. Well, a little bit about myself. I work in the sports industry, mainly in the sports marketing, more on the organizing things for sports stars, mainly football or soccer here in the UK. Through that, I've networked through sports agents, footballers, managers, or coaches, as they call, and through them, really, because I know they're quite big on knowledge and skills and so on. They're not very good on the techie side, so I'm saying to them, I take care of the techie. I got this wonderful platform, and I put the courses online for yourself and sell it. So that really is the premise of what I'm trying to build. Is a sports mastermind, as the domain actually is. So it's an education platform.
Okay, and who creates the content? Only you or other people?
No. Me, the videos is I've actually started with 2 people that have already created their videos, but the next ones I will be creating. I'll get some creative people to actually shoot the videos, put the whole work together, and sell the videos. So it will be somebody else doing the shooting of the videos, and the copies. I do some of the copy, but the stage beyond that is to get somebody else to do the writing, or as I was on early, as you said. So I'll probably get the AI to do it now.
Yeah, you see how powerful that is. So we might even play with that today. So let me ask you this. I'm going to go back to your website here. You have to do something with your pop-up as well. You have to show only once on visit. It's happening every time I try to exit.
I'm not sure. It should have been only on exit, so I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, maybe I refreshed the site. Not sure. We'll see. I might have refreshed it. So your promise to the sport entrepreneur is very vague, right? This is more of a mission statement, right?
Mm-hmm.
A mission statement. We believe in empowering sport entrepreneurs through elite education. Okay, I'm a sport entrepreneur. Let's say I'm your avatar, right? What will this website do for me? Is it education on physical therapy? Is it education on how to expand their brand on social media? Let's get more specific about what it means to empower a sport entrepreneur.
Well, it will be all of that eventually, but we'll get an expert to teach social media, as you just mentioned. The first course is on strategic planning, how to do from A to Z in a business, what that means in strategic planning, setting goals and seeing where you've been, doing some research and so on. So that will be on that particular path. But also, if you want to go into sports agents, become a sports agent, there will be a tutor teaching you. When I say a tutor, somebody who actually is a sports agent teaching it.
Okay, so let me see if I can split this up. Is there a difference generally, 9 times out of 10? Not I'm sure there can be changes in an athlete's life after he's done with an athlete. They can become entrepreneurs. Michael Jordan is a sport entrepreneur, but I'm talking about from the beginning, before they transition, after they retire. Generally, when you say sport entrepreneur, are you talking about somebody that's not an athlete? You're talking about somebody that has a business that supports like physical therapy. Go ahead.
Both. People that work in the sports business. If you think of the sports ecosystem, is all of that. From the people doing the transportation to the actual athletes running, and the coaches, the goalkeeper. If you're a football coach, you've got a goalkeeper coach. That they could just be doing teaching on those, which would have been the former footballer, for example. To the sports agent, the football agent.
So the sport entrepreneur is the cottage industry that exists around the sports athlete.
Yes,
sports
around sports. Yeah,
around sports. Yeah. around sports, right? In some cases, it could even be broadcasting, right?
Yeah,
You want to
all
get
of it.
into.
I mean, when you think it's just in the UK alone, 500,000 people are employed full time in the sports industry. So that is that particular industry. I mean, worldwide, we're looking at an industry is worth about 600 billion, on that. So it is all encompasses of all that industry. But I am then targeting particular sections with the courses that I will be bringing onto the Sports Mastermind.
Great. And so I'm going down this site here so I can get more educated on this, and then we're going to come back to some positioning. We believe that teamwork is success. Okay, this is a very brochure, right?
Yeah.
Which is okay. I don't know that these things belong, up at the top, right? We want to communicate specifically for, if you're going to take some notes, we want to write this down, right? We need to communicate with people with what's in it for me, right? That's what they have to see. When I come to this website, what am I going to get out of this, right? So this is a course right here.
Yep.
Okay. So this, instead of this headline right here, what would be better in this section is these are just some of our quality courses, right? Because now you see what we're competing with here. We're being told that teamwork is the key to success. I think that these things are supporting what teamwork is. Like we're going to be working with you to achieve your goals. That's not the case. These are courses. So what we have is we have a lot of brainstorming that would have been done in like a mind map, and then some of these things are put randomly across the site. So we're saying the global sport market is expected to reach 600 billion. I'm going to use that term again. Very brochure. This is very pitch decky, right? You're making a case for why this exists. Let's just do this for a second. Let's assume that person already knows most of these things. That's going to allow you to put this stuff on the About Us page and the why we created this. All of this stuff needs to go to that page. All right. Let me tell you about a little story that Andy Jenkins and I had when we were creating Webinar Jam. Andy's copy for Webinar Jam when we first started was the entire page of Webinar Jam was about why you should be doing webinars. And I said to Andy, and he got it. He was like, "Oh man, you're so right." And he spent a day and a half writing all of this copy for the video. It was for the video sales letter. And we're 20 minutes in, and you finally are told, and so that's why you should be doing webinars. And I said, Andy, we need to make Webinar Jam for the person that's using GoToWebinar. So I said, we need to start the sales letter, and we could get rid of 20 minutes of your 11 pages of copy with these words. As you already know, webinars are the best way to sell products online. And now we could talk about the problems of GoToWebinar, right? So Andy had a 20-page brochure about why you should be doing webinars. We realized that, hey, if you're looking for webinar software, you probably know what webinar software does, right? So going back to your page here, I would tell you to go away from a lot of the brochure-based type of stuff that you have, and you could put that onto your secondary pages. And we need to get right to what this person does. So I'm going to show you something that it's not quite the same. Let's go to Masterclass.
Yeah, Masterclass is one of those that I've actually did research to see how they do it and why they do it.
Yeah. So obviously they have something that you and I don't, right? That 99.9999% of people don't have.
Yeah.
Is, they have their master classes come from masters, right? They have Gordon Ramsay, Neil deGrasse Tyson, as you can see here, Gary Kasparov when it comes to chess. You have Aaron Sorkin when it comes to screenplay, right? So they have a lot of social proof here. But they get right to the point. You realize that this website is built right on the courses, right? So I think one of the things that I didn't really get And by the way, sportmastermind.com, spelled with sport and mastermind. You didn't pay $10 for that, did you? You've either had that for 20 years or you paid something with a couple of zeros at the end of that, correct?
It was a nice investment. It's
Okay,
a clever
thank
investment.
you. Well, let me tell you what a great job and domain that you did. When I see Sport Mastermind, there's a reason why our mastermind, Collective Mastermind, is at .net and not .com, because they're all taken. So for you to have Sport Mastermind, this is a great brand. So big high five on that. What I think that this website, when I got there, I didn't know what it was. When I was talking with Donna and she showed me the site, I didn't really know what the promise was. So the first thing that I'm gathering right now is this is an education platform based on courses.
Yeah, initially
right?
that is the case. Yeah.
Okay, so let's play around with this just a little bit. I think let's keep going down. Let's continue to do an audit here. You see what we've got here. What did we say? Right, we keep coming back to that same theme. It's very mission statement forward, very vision statement, very brochure. We want to get all of this stuff on a navigation that says, why, about us, why we started this, about the founders, but not on the front page. Okay. Oh, look at this. Watch lessons at your own pace in order. So we could change this to, put in any order. I would just put on demand. That's the new term right here. Watch lessons at your own pace on demand. And you probably don't need, I get what you're saying here. They're 5-minute lessons, right? We can come around there, but I love this section.
On demand.
We're getting right to the point here that this is about courses, right? Dive deep with professionally designed PDF class guides and workbooks. Move this stuff up to the front of the page after we start saying that this is a website about courses. About us, this is a small section here. This is okay. I still prefer this to be at a separate web page, right? Mm-hmm. If you look at something like MikeFilsaime.com, that's a one-pager. I'm going to have all of those things on a page. But for this website, we want to make this more about courses. Very brochure.
Can I add something to the, if you scroll up to the About Us, it's one of those buttons that doesn't go anywhere, right? Where it says About Us,
Yeah.
I'm seeing that a lot in a lot of designs where people are using things that are graphic designs that look like buttons, but they don't act like buttons. And it's very confusing and a little frustrating for somebody who wants to get to the point where they want to buy or find the next thing.
Yeah, you can literally just have this as a section, and then you could do something where you just have an entire section. If we were just to take something like this and just go like, whoops, we want to have that fill. It should be, you can have something, just a section just like this, and then just put the text right in the center of it that just says about us right here, just like that. And you would get rid of this, and just have an about us section. A nice section separator for your blocks would help. All right. Now you see the same thing Donna was just saying right here. This is a button. Oh, that's an actual call to action. I wouldn't have that here. I would. All right.
Not sure why that happened.
Yeah. If you're going to have this section, hopefully this button goes away. Let's go to the top of the page. Yeah. For some reason, it had to be at the top of the page.
I'm not sure why that pop-up. It was supposed to be only on exit. So
I refreshed the page again, but you should check the box that says show only once to the visitor. There's another option for that as well. You should just get rid of this, completely. You don't need this right here when you have it here. You don't put the cart before the horse. And so again, we want to get rid of the brochure lines here. right? And we want to talk about the courses. Take a look at, some of our courses, and then here view courses. So that's some of my advice right there. So now let's focus on a headline. All right. And let's do this. Let's open up ChatGPT and let's have some fun with this. I'm going to create a new chat. All right.
Going to become my next favorite thing, actually, I think.
Oh, yeah. Write me a headline. And by the way, Jasper, very affordable. It's actually meant for, like, these prompts are baked in already. Like, you can click on headline, industry, things like that. Here we have to feed the prompt. I'm very good at giving the prompts work, but so I would still recommend Jasper. Write me a headline for my sports, for my education course company that targets sports entrepreneur. I probably got that wrong. Okay. And let me just move this up a little bit more. Write me a headline for my education course company that targets sports entrepreneurs. Let's see what happens. All right, we got to refresh the browser because it timed out. Become a sports entrepreneur. Enroll in our comprehensive education course and take your career to the next level. Watch this. Write me 5 more. Elevate your sports business with our industry-leading education courses. Transform your passion from sports into a successful career with our online courses, right? And we could always add more to that. Learn the ins and outs of sports entrepreneurship with our expert-led courses. And I probably should have said courses. So I'm going to give you this entire page right here. I'm going to send them to Donna. And if I had this in Chrome, I have the Chrome extension, which would actually, I could share this page. But so let me send this in here, Collective live stream. So I'll give you the prompt as well. And the other additional 5. Now what we're going to do is which one of these did you like the best out of these 6? I like the first one.
Actually, the first one. Yeah, I was going to go with the first one, yeah.
For this headline, oops. Write me a sub-headline. This headline. So this is the big headline, and now a small headline that's going to go underneath this. Master the skills and strategies needed to launch and grow your sports business. Is this a game changer or what? Right? And so now what we're going to do.
Where do I sign?
Yeah. Let me just see here. We're probably not going to use it, but I'm going to just see if I can do this. Write me a pre-headline. All right. This one can go. Remember what I was showing Malene about that when she said suffering from, right? This is dealing with that, ready to turn your alert, right? So you can put that in an alert bar at the top of the website, or you can put that as a smaller text pre-headline. So So I need to give instructions here that this is a sub-headline. And this one here is a pre-headline. Bring them over to Donna and the team over there. All right. So let's just have a little bit of fun with this. Watch this. I want to now say on this, now I'm doing this to show you that it understands we're having a conversation. I'm in the same chat thread right now, Write a Sports Entrepreneur, right? So I don't need to give it complete instructions anymore. It knows what we're talking about. On this same website.
Oh, okay.
Right? Now write me copy. Write me a headline for the section where they can view all my courses. Let's just see. Oh my God, is this mind-blowing or what? Explore our wide range of sports entrepreneurship courses and find the perfect fit for you. I mean, look, obviously I could say write me 3 more, but I'm showing you how easy this is. As Donna says, it removes blank page syndrome and writer's block syndrome. But I'm going to show you something even more, Luis, that's going to blow you away. Section for courses. All right. This next one's going to blow you even away.
If that hasn't already.
Watch this, right? Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to say, give me a section by section breakdown of every block section I need on this page. Now, if we're lucky enough, it's going to say navigation, hero section. Let's see. Testimonials. Watch this. We're going to put this in quotes. And I'm going to put list and put it in a list. Here's a list of potential sections. 1, introduction. This section could provide a brief overview, curriculum, instructors, right? Who you're learning from, testimonial section, enrollment, right? The enrollment is like your call to action section, contact, and there you go, right? So I'm going to
in fairness about the instructors, it's on the next page where you go to look at the courses that are available.
Yeah. So now we have now let me show you something as well. I just copied a section, right? I have a course called Sport Marketing. Right? Is that right? Yeah, right. Yeah. And this is let's just use natural language. Feature. This is the current copy that I use. Please rewrite this using feature benefit sales copy. Just curious. This course aims at developed knowledge, etc. Let's see. So what you had was this course aims to develop knowledge and understanding both theoretically and through practical scenarios about the role of marketing, sponsorship, and PR in sports business. See what it did here? It's turned it into more headline worthy, right? Discover the power of marketing, sponsorship, and PR in the sports industry with our sports marketing course. Our expert-led training will teach you theoretical. So what I'm showing you is even when you come up with something like this, all you have to do is say, watch, I'm just going to do this. Make this better or rewrite this better. See how simple this is? Literally, I just said, rewrite this better. So even if we say, hey, I'm just gonna dump out some copy brainstorm, you can literally just get what's out of your head and now say, and I'm just going to have fun with this. Now, this you would never use, right? Let me just, for the heck of it, just, give these to the group there.
I'm actually blown away with that rewrite. The rewrite that you just did.
Yeah.
If you stop and read it, it's really good.
Yeah.
And they took a passively written phrase. This course is an introduction. It's very passive. And then dive into the fascinating world.
All I said was rewrite this better.
Yeah.
Right.
It is so much better, though. So much stronger. Yeah. I'm impressed that the AI understands better.
Yeah. Now watch this. Now add humor.
Ready to score big seems like a very obvious phrase.
Yeah, it's using a double entendre. Right?
Yeah.
Plus, but just wanted to show you how that can be done. You can say add urgency, make it geared for the holiday, right? Literally, if you were having an Independence Day sale, you could say write this in the theme of Independence Day. Right, and all of these different types of things. By the way, it'll write your emails to your clients. You can literally say write an email about this, and it'll write the email. So you can now take this structure that we spoke about, and now make your blocks in this structure, and watch right here. Okay, for the curriculum section. Please write me. Well, I guess it doesn't know the curriculum, so that's a little unfair.
Yeah.
So let's you know what I mean, right? So you could always have it say write this better for the enrollment section. Please write me copy and a strong call to action that uses urgency. And this urgency, let's just deal with that. Don't miss out on this opportunity to transform your sports career. Enroll in our course today and get immediate access to our expert-led training and resources. Hurry, urgency, hurry, spots are limited and filling up fast. I'm blown away by this myself. And it gave me a second one. I didn't even ask me. Oh, it just gave us a second paragraph because it knows it's a section that needs more copy. So Luis, what we could literally do here is say, okay, what should the structure of this website look like? And then we go into each one of those sections and we ask it just to write the copy for us. Yeah. And if you don't like it, say, give me another one. Give me another 3. Right. And then even for any copy that you wrote, you can literally say, write this better.
Yeah. And write this better. I mean, I didn't think what I did was terribly bad. But
no, it's not bad at all.
Better.
Yeah. So my advice to you would be to turn this into a course education website as opposed to a mission statement for sports entrepreneurs. Let's get right to the point and know that there are courses, right? You can even have things like this. Excuse me. You can have sections like this that have your courses like we have here because we have those blocks for our users. And also what I'd really recommend is getting one of our sliders. Right. A slider that goes, that swipes across the page and that has different courses. So what you can do.
I could do that, but I was advised not to use too many sliders because people don't see past the second slide, if you know what I mean.
Look, that may have been very, very good advice. What I wouldn't say you make it the hero section, but what you can do is you can make it. So what I would do instead of this, right, is this section, I would have each course be in a slider with its own headline, subcopy, enroll in this course, and then, sports marketing, business elite, sport law.
Yeah.
And then underneath that, you can have something, a little text that says, see all of our courses.
Sure.
Right?
Just
like that. Yeah.
And I mean, at the moment, honestly, I have just one course ready to go. And I didn't think to create a big slider.
Oh, of course. Of course. Yeah. So I think what happened with me not knowing that is I saw 1, 2, 3, 4. So I assume these are 4 different courses, you know. And look, even if you're going to do that and they click the button, have a little pop-up that says coming soon.
Right.
You know.
Okay.
Right. So what does it cost to get in this? Now this is nice. This is the Groove member, right? This is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where DeBarshi would actually make a case on using Groove member for pages for the entire website. But I still like it in GroovePages. But you did a nice job here.
Yeah. In there, the course that is ready to go is that the featured one, which is strategic planning. So it's a fundamental. That's the sales page. The video on there, I believe that one is put on YouTube, and from YouTube brought it into here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what triggered this exit pop-up.
It should there should be on exit, but anyway, I'll probably turn them all off.
Yeah, maybe my mouse went over here like this.
Yeah.
One of the things that I would do, I'm just going to refresh this page. I'd get rid of the in and out animations. When this pop-up comes up to check out, instant, no animation, just literally right there. Yeah, and then leaving it like that, I would probably get rid of.
Okay.
Look, I gotta say this, Luis. I want to give you like 5 stars on understanding the power of this platform. I'm not taking it for granted. The fact that you had a membership built out and you use the page features in the membership for when logged in and when logged out. And then when you go to register for that, this is a beautiful page using the transparency. What we're nice image in the background. What I was trying to show Malene before. Navigation, talking about the courses, you know, a video with this button right here that opens up in a new window that now this page was built in what? GroovePages? Yeah. This is not
GroovePage. Yeah. That's
yeah, and then you have this hooked up to a checkout page.
Group sale, yeah.
Yeah, this is, and that you have it hooked up to a light box. I'm blown away by how far that you've gotten doing this.
Thank you.
And you've done this all by yourself.
Yep.
What do you show up on all the live streams?
All of them.
Like, I'm so proud of you. Literally, Luis, all I'm telling you is keep doing what you're doing. And my advice for you is to focus on the structure of the page and use Jasper or ChatGPT to rebuild this site with a better copy. I think you're onto something here. Yeah, I really do.
Thank you for that. I mean, much appreciated. And I mean, to hear it from somebody and somebody else, and obviously of your knowledge, it kind of helps me in a way, because I've sort of been working alone on this thing, and thinking, am I doing it right? Clearly, I'm doing something brilliantly and something not quite right, which is brilliant to hear what I didn't do right, so I could actually improve.
Well, what I'd like to do, Luis, is in a couple of weeks when we do a live stream, I'd like to get you back on. I'd like to see your progress. Like, I don't want to. I don't want it to end here. I want to see your progress and then take it to another level there for you. I can't stress enough how impressed I am for you. I almost, if this was a game, right? And at the end, Donna, would say to me, "All right, Mike, was this built with Groove Agency?" My answer would have been, without a doubt, this was done with Groove Agency, and it can get a little bit of help here. But that's how impressed I am with this. I think you're, and I just want to say this: when we bring people on these makeovers, it is so easy sometimes to forget to compliment people and just jump on where you make mistakes. And I'm glad that didn't happen, today. I'm very, very proud of Malene, what she did with her copy. She just needs a couple of little changes that we're going to help her with. And with you, for us to leave out any compliments of how hard you've been working on this and just come on and poop on this and that and say, oh, this looks like a brochure. That can happen sometimes. And it'd be a sad day here in this company if we forgot to give you a compliment. I'm very, very impressed. And I think the big win for you today was to see what AI can do for you in structure. And I think you're going to be excited to jump in and dive in and put that stuff right into the website.
No, thank you. I certainly will do. I mean, not clearly. I do believe I'm on the right path. I do believe that, from the beginning, from the outset, the actual domain name does help. Finding Groove has been a godsend for me, to be perfectly honest. Having all of the things in one place. Yeah. Yes, there's been problems, but I've been in IT since the 90s. I know.
Yeah. We say it all the time. It was so easy to be the company that was move fast and break things and promise that we're going to do all this stuff. And we put it all out there. At C+. And at a certain point, we were like, hey, we're not in the business right now of putting more C+ features out there. We have to slow down and make sure that everything out there is A-. And even if that takes another year or two to get everything that's currently out there perfect before we start talking about new features. So IT background, I'm glad you get that. Thanks for being a proud Groove fan. We really appreciate that.
I am, and I honestly do mean that, and especially to everybody else listening. You won't find anything better out there. You could try. I'm sure a lot of them do one thing very well, but try and do two things very well.
The bottom line is, as complex as this was, if you didn't have Groove, you would have had to do this with Kajabi, with Samcart, with WordPress, with ClickFunnels. And get all of these things working together, which would still have been an incredible feat. But I can tell you one thing, the site wouldn't have looked the same as you went from the course to the landing page to the brand website. It's tough to get all of those things looking the same.
And what you haven't seen there is the email sequence, which I've already got prepped, ready to go. So on there, yes, let's keep the copy on this side. I think it's a good copy, but if you went through it, you probably do it 10 times better than I did. But
you can do that rewrite feature, right? If there are only 12 emails, you can say rewrite this with more this, more humor, more that. And look, watch this. Now write me a welcome email that the user will receive after they opt in for my free PDF on why they should become a sports entrepreneur. Probably spelled that wrong again. Oh. All right. So here's the welcome email.
You're not showing it.
Oh, sorry about that. Whoops, don't want to hit remove. So let's go full screen. You can see it a little easier. So I basically said, write me a welcome email. I use the word welcome. Right? And so now it just writes this entire email. Welcome to our dear name. Welcome to our community. And it even knows that you're going to use a tag for name, right?
Yeah.
And now you could say, now write the email on day 2 and make it focused on this. Now write me an email on day 3 and make it focused on
with a discount code as well.
Yeah. Look at this. Simply use welcome 10 at checkout to receive 10% off. Now, Donna, I don't know because I saw you step away. I'm going to bring you up to speed here and show you how friggin' brilliant this is. Luis picked up on something that I didn't pick up on. there's some things here that are so subtle it could have been missed. I said, write me a welcome email that users receive when, after they, look at this keyword here, opt in for my free PDF. So the chat software realized that this isn't a welcome buyer. And look what it threw in here, Donna. It threw in this line right here. I got to make it a little smaller. Simply use the code WELCOME10 at checkout to receive 10% off your enrollment. This realized that you had a pop-up on your page or something that got them to give you the email address. And the purpose of that free report is to convert this user into a paid customer. This, it just did on its own. So will I say that AI will think better than a marketer? 9 times out of 10, yes. It'll think better than Donna, better than me, better than Luis. And notice I said marketer, not copywriter. If you want to hire a copywriter, it is their job to come back to you in 6 weeks with all the features, the benefits, the cart abandonment copy, and this is their specialties. But many of us are run and gun marketers, and we're building our memberships. And even though I studied copywriting courses, I would not have remembered to do this. Luis, you'll admit that when you're writing your copy, 50% of you, the time, you're in the mode of being in get me done. I need to get this task off my list. So you're not in the most creative state. You're like, okay, I've got 1 hour before the kids get home, and I've got to get these 7 emails done, because if I don't, it's the Christmas holidays, I'm never going to get anything. So you're in the mode of just getting this stuff done. And we would always say, BTN, GTG, get it done, better than nothing. Let's just get it out there. This now takes that to another level. This, in my opinion, brings everything to a level of 9.5 if your copywriter is 10. And in some places, I'll say that you're going to get better. This is going to write better copy than most copywriters. It really will. Yeah. All right. So, Luis, any questions you have for me before I let you go?
I do actually have one question. It's more of a technical, so maybe
sure
able to answer or not. But as I explained, I bring in tutors to teach, or coaches to teach, experts to teach their subject. So I have I give them X percentage. Let's call it 60% of that course sales is for. So I would like to be able to do right off the bat, the affiliate side, that whatever I sell it for, whether it has a discount code or not, so if it's 100, discount code of 50, 25, or would go to them. How do I do that on there? Just to be sure that Coach A has their money set aside.
So what you're saying is you want money to go to the coach and split the profits with the coach. Eventually. So like in the affiliate side, if I put 30% to the affiliate, on top of that, 30% goes to the course creator. So what you're going to do is the following. You're going to log into your Groove account, like I'm doing here. You're going to go into GrooveSell, and you're going to need to make sure they have a Groove account. And you're going to ask them for their username or their email address that they signed up with. And then you're going to go into product funnels right here, and you're going to click on partner contracts. Okay. And you're not going to set them up as an affiliate. You're going to set them up as a partner. Okay. And what you'll notice is when you create a partner contract, let's look at this one here that we have for Steal Our Winners with Rich Sheffrin. So I give it a name so that I could see it later. I say what funnel. So this is your product, what price point, right, etc. Right. You go to partner distribution next. Okay, and here is where you enter the name or username of the person, and you click Add Partner, and you put the percentage that you want, and then you're pretty much done. That's it. And so now what you're going to get is partner contract distribution management, where you could go in and see who owes you money, who you owe money to, exactly. And then and then you treat it like an affiliate. You mark that affiliate as paid, or you download it. So what it's going to do is it's going to take the percentage that you said of the profits after the merchant account has been and after the affiliate has been paid. So let's say you have an affiliate that you're going to pay. You have an affiliate program that pays 30%. So you brought in $100. Let's say you brought in 103, right? Some weird reason you sold your product for 103. $3 went to the merchant account. You're left with $100. I did that for easy math, right? Now you paid the affiliate 30%. That left you with $70. And so it's going to put in a file $35 to be paid to that partner. Yeah, fantastic. Just like that.
That's with partner contract.
Yeah. All righty.
As easy as that, eh?
Easy as that. Okay. All right, Luis. Thank you very much. We appreciate having you. Hope to see you again back here soon. And,
well, whenever you choose, I'll make sure I do all of those things that you highlighted and launch it.
Great. Thank you so much. Have a very happy New Year, Luis.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. All right. So, folks, we are wrapping up here. Look at what the people said here. We are all inspired and motivated. Awesome, Luis. Over here we have, thank you for another great information. Somebody said something. I think I clicked on the wrong one. Let me see. I think somebody had said something about, I think it was this one. The training on the AI and the copy was worth my time. Irene, great to see you back. I'm glad that this worked out for you. So yeah, all of this is at chat. Donna gave the link there. It's that you can just go to, you can Google OpenAI space ChatGPT or go to chat.openai.com and that'll take you there. So basically what ChatGPT is, it's simply an interface that OpenAI used to show developers that this interface exists. Who's using it? Well, companies like this are using it. Let's take a look. Have you heard of RYTR? Writer.me. Now watch, all of these sites are all going to look the same, right? A better 10 times faster way to write blogs. So what's going on today? All of these companies are literally in this business, the business of UI, UX, and API. That's it. All of these new companies that you're seeing come up are literally companies that are tapping in to ChatGPT. They're getting an API and they're creating a user interface that you just saw. Who else is doing that? Well, Jasper. Jasper.ai is a company that everybody thinks is this leader in technology. No, they're a leader in user interface and branding because they were the first to the market. 10 times faster with AI, right? I think I'm a little zoomed in here, but you're getting the point. Who else is doing it? Copy.ai. Say goodbye to the blank page for good. Write blogs 10 times faster. It seems that's the one that's working, right? 4 million professionals and teams choose Copy AI. So the explosion for this has been incredible. Now, when you go to companies that are doing voices, if we go to OpenAI, I want to go to the fund, so let me just do this. And I go to OpenAI, and if we click on the API here, they're going to show you the different things that they work on. Number one, there's a company called Copilot, code generator, one of the fastest growing companies in code generation. This will write code for you. Literally write code for you. Let me show you what I wrote yesterday as I wanted to see something here. I wrote this. I'm going to log into my Makeovers digital one, and we're actually going to see something I did last night here. Okay. Okay, take a look at this. Donna, you're going to find this interesting. I wrote, write me code for a simple help desk question search in PHP that asks the user to select from a dropdown for which app they need support for. The app names are Groove.cm, GroovePages, GrooveFunnel, all the way down for all of our apps. Next to the dropdown, have an input field for the user to ask a question. This code should use the OpenAI text completion API using this API key. The search should automatically send the full question input to OpenAI and append for the software sauce app and then the selection they put in the dropdown. The result on the screen should display the result given back by OpenAI text completion API. Make the look and feel seem simple and clean like a search engine. So it literally wrote me code that I sent to Husni. So guys, it literally will write code for you. I said write it in PHP. And now what this code will do is allow us to create, we can simply put this at our website, and then people will be able to write something like this. How do they'll first use GroovePages, animate a button. Please give me step by step. Now, it's going to know that it was for GroovePages. So I'm just going to write here in GroovePages for a button already on the page.
I'm always amused with how polite you are to the AI. You ask,
I don't know why.
Yeah,
because it's natural search, right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to be able to have this for all of our users. You will simply go inside the app and type this question: how do I animate a button? But it'll know that you're in GroovePages, right? Maybe it'll be even in-app specific, and this is the output. To animate a button in GroovePages, you can follow these steps. Select the button you want to animate in the page editor. In the Properties panel on the right, click on the Animation tab. Click on Add Animation button. In the animation editor, you can choose from a variety of animation types like fade in, slide in, bounce. When you're happy, click the Save button, preview the page, etc., etc. So this is literally, I wrote the code. I literally wrote the code on how this can be done. So one of the things I'm showing you folks is that this AI stuff will write stories. It writes music, it writes songs, it writes chord progressions, it writes screenplays, it tells jokes, it writes code, it'll even debug code. It's literally changing everything. So having said that, today was a preview of the type of stuff that we're going to be going over inside of the Collective Mastermind. Today was more of a Makeover Monday mixed with what a guest expert can be. And again, the guest expert that we brought on was more of here are the conversations that happen in the green room, that when I actually bring Matt Stafford to speak, he's going to come with keynote slides and give a presentation for an hour. Then he's going to take 30 minutes Q&A. Then we're going to go to lunch, and you'll get to sit next to him for lunch. So when we look at the Collective Mastermind that we're offering, January 4th, the price goes to $25,000, and we're not going to guarantee that Groove Agency is going to be part of the mastermind. That may be an additional $1,000, $1,500 a month. But right now, you can get into the mastermind. Go to the collective. Nope, not the. Go to collectivemastermind.net. No, the starts with C. Collectivemastermind.net. Okay, and you could join our mastermind. We have near a dozen members that have already joined. We're halfway through now. We're going to be closing on January 3rd, and then after that we reopen at $25,000, and then you have to pay for some of the things that we're throwing in. So for $15,000, you're getting a 1-year mastermind that meets at the Grooveplex Studios in Boca Raton. The very first one is in March, right here. And then we're doing one in June, and then one in September. If you can't make it, we do them virtual. We will have 4 experts that will be giving sessions. Plus, you're going to be learning from other mastermind members We're going to be live streaming it to everybody in the mastermind that can't make it. You get 1 hour a month of 4 hours a month of coaching with me, like we did today. This was a preview day. You're going to have accountability coaches. You're going to have your own team and separate Skype group and Groove agency that's going to work with you to build your funnels, your brand website, set up your membership site for you, set up your blog, set up your e-commerce store. We are going to also set up your automated webinar. We will do your designs, your illustrations, implement your Google Analytics, you name it, everything, set up your payment gateway, the whole 9 yards. We're going to set up your business for you. So you don't have to be a Luis. If you like what Luis had and you're like, hey, I just want to get that done so I can focus on my own things like content creation, that's what Groove Agency is for. So each employee you're going to hire, even if you do good hiring and get quality people are going to cost you $5,000 a month. But even if you can do it at $3,000 a month, to be able to have a minimum of 3 people on your team, you're going to be spending $9,000 a month. Even one person on your team is going to cost you $3,000 a month. We're giving this to you absolutely free. You can also get the mastermind for 3 payments of $5,000, and you can also get premium support. So you no longer have to go to the help desk. In your Skype group, we will have a tier 1 support person available for everyone in the mastermind that will just say, let me share your screen. Let me do it for you. Do you want me to teach you how to do it, or do you want me to just fix it? So you can't ask for anything more than that. And on top of that, our education is going to be focusing very heavily on traffic. We're going to be giving you training from our ad agencies are going to come on and do special training on pay-per-click, Facebook advertising, Instagram, retargeting, TikTok, YouTube advertising, you name it. Ongoing courses that are going to be going on to help you get traffic to your site. We're also going to have courses on free ways to get traffic through social media and SEO and search engine marketing. So that's it, folks. We are going to be selling this mastermind plus an additional addendum to the mastermind and Groove Agency separately. Mastermind will be $25,000. Groove Agency will be an addition on top of that. You could get Groove Agency and the other 7 things that I mentioned included free when you join the mastermind. The $25,000 mastermind for just $15,000. We break that up for you into 3 payments at checkout. So you can go 3 payments of $5,000, or you can go with 1 payment of $15,000. The FAQ page at the bottom of collection at the collectivemastermind.net here, it'll show you that we also do financing. So if you want to apply, because maybe you only have access to $7,000 right now and you want to finance the rest or all $15,000, you can do that as well. And furthermore, if you have any problems, that, like right now you only have $4,000 on one credit card and you want to wire $300 and pay the rest on PayPal and whatever the case is, and you don't want to go through our standard checkout, just go to our help desk and put a support ticket in at groovesupport.net, and we can help you there as well. So that's it. That is it. Donna, anything else that we need to say before we wrap up and let people go enjoy the rest of their day?
No, I think we're good. We will meet back here basically same time, 1:30 on Eastern on Tuesday for the next session. I have a whole bunch of funnel makeovers, people that have submitted applications. So we'll probably come up with 1 or 2 more of those for funnel makeovers for Tuesday.
Excellent. And let me tell you guys one more thing that can be done with this, and maybe we'll do this. We can take this entire live stream. We can have it transcribed. And Donna, remember we used to have people transcribe it, and now we can literally transcribe it in minutes. And then we can then turn this into notes and a summary. So we might just do that. And how do we do that? Well, you literally paste a transcription into ChatGPT and say, summarize the following meeting in 1,000 words, and you hit paste to the transcription, and it gives you a summary. And then you can say, give me notes of this meeting, and it'll give you notes. So we'll probably do that for you as well. All right, everybody, 3.5+ hours here. We hope you enjoyed it. And we're going to be doing another mastermind. Stay tuned for more information on that via email and in the Facebook group. I believe it's going to be 1:30 on Tuesday, as Donna said. Have a great weekend. Have a happy new year. And please join the Collective Mastermind at collectivemastermind.net. It includes 1 year free of Groove Agency, coaching with me and the team, and 1 year mastermind that meets virtually or in person 3 times a year at an incredible price of just 3 payments of $5,000. Hope to see you soon. Donna, I'll let you take us out with the end broadcast. Take care, everybody. Bye.